Vas a dar toda la vuelta así. Lo abrimos aquí.
Time for the fastest moving sport. We're so damn excited to get back to the battle court. Step on the concha. Your cesta launches a chick-chack. And the Cyclones gear up for the attack. Highlight is back, Jack. When the Warriors are running through, pick up the phone and call Manu. When the Renegades are moving in, the Cyclones will step up and win. When the fronton is getting packed, that's how you know that Highlight is back, Jack. Let me hear you say, Highlight is back, Jack. The Lotus flying through the air.
I genuinely like this sport.
So we better see you there when they remate. Rebote like a maniac. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gag. Highlight is back, Jack.
For my rotator cuff, so please be gentle.
Highlight is back, Jack. Highlight is back. Highlight is back, Jack.
So we come in this morning and we'll have conversations around the table, doing a little bit of eating maybe, getting some breakfast, and, just going over, talking about life sometimes,
Yeah.
Is there anything less interesting than hearing someone tell you about their fantasy football team? It's up there, man.
Less interesting.
I mean, that's brutal.
Look, if we're saying less interesting versus the field,
It's a conversation.
it is definitely a conversation. This is Tiger Woods in its prime right now, right?
Now I'm even going to ask you, I'm going to take it a step further.
Okay.
Because, as you may know, football season hasn't started yet.
I may know.
So someone may be like, what do you talk about, Zaslow? How you talk about someone's fantasy football team when most of you haven't even had your fantasy football drafts yet? I mean, preseason starts tonight, I guess officially, right? Because you had the Hall of Fame, but you got a bunch of preseason games tonight. How can you talk about a fantasy football team?
How?
Is there anything worse than hearing someone talk about not even their fantasy football draft? Because that's bad enough.
Their fantasy football
Their
pre-draft.
fantasy football mock draft.
Guys,
Oh.
it's mocking season.
Mockingbird.
And you're mocking me right now for what I was doing before the show. Yeah, it's me. I'll wear this. This is me. I often make fun. I don't want to hear in season about, like, your loss. I had I was down by 2 points. That I'm with you is not interesting. But the preseason keeper leagues, hey, should I trade this pick? Should I keep this guy to give up this pick? It's like the value of picks, players. I am in this 2-week period, the next 2 weeks.
What a bore.
Mocking season.
You do any? Is there a mock pre-draft combine? You have any of that going on?
No, I'm not that crazy.
I don't even understand the concept of doing the mock drafts. Why would you want to have a mock draft and let other people know your line of thinking?
Well, you don't do it with the people in your league, you dunce. You do it.
Oh, I'm the dunce now. So you're telling me that everyone that you're doing this mock draft with, everyone is just that they're showing all their cards. They're doing it the way they would actually do the draft.
I don't know. You've clearly never mocked. It's a computer. You're like, I have the 10th pick in my league, so I enter a mock draft at the 10th pick, and then all the other picks are simulated. So I'm just kind of
Wait,
going.
there's not other people in it just like
Well,
you?
You can do live ones with other people.
That's what I'm saying.
I do the mocks that are just computer generated
That
other
would-
than me.
That would defeat the purpose, right? If you did it with the people you're going to compete with, then it kind of, like you said, shows the cards. So you have to do something. So here's the crazy thing. In this age of AI, can I enter in 10 years of fantasy football transactions, drafts, trades, everything, and then have the computer simulate what it thinks each one of the people are going to do?
I like
Oh,
where your
my
head's
God.
at.
Oh, my God. Look at me. I like AI now.
Now, this is a tough spot for me because while I find these conversations interesting off air, I'm not sure these work on a podcast.
No, not really.
So, like, I love
Quite
these
boring.
in my personal life of, hey, Lewis, Should I keep Trey McBride if I have to give up a second-round pick? Like, that question is super interesting off air. I'm not sure how interesting it is on air.
Mike, what do you think?
I haven't been.
We've been watching real football on the TV.
Cam Ward threw a dime to Carnell.
Absolute bomb, 65 yards. Also, I think Mendoza's going to be pretty good.
I think so too. The way the game breaks down in the NFL, like he excels. He rises to the
Big
moment.
body,
that's
too,
that's how you
strong
want to play
arm.
football.
Clint Kubiak.
Last night was a big night for the Cyclones. Am I right?
That's right. An actual draft, not mocking, not some fantasy football draft in which you don't actually form a team and draft players that you actually really have nothing to do with. The Cyclones drafted last night.
We drafted guys, and I had to, like, when they walk up, they get their hat, and I dap them up. Like,
So everyone is there?
No, we got some guys trapped in Spain.
But
Nice.
are, like, the majority of players who are eligible to be drafted there?
We get to FaceTime with the players that aren't there. It's just like a real draft. Not every player drafted gets to be there and gets handed a hat.
You never watched a draft before? There are guys sitting on the couch with their family members.
You know about drafts?
Come on, man.
You ever watch sports?
Yeah,
Your
I've
first
watched
time?
sports.
All right. It works the same way as any other draft, any other big-time draft.
Mm-hmm.
We had our captain there, Manu. Man, it was great to see Manu out there.
looks good.
He does look
Looking
good.
lean.
You're always going to say he looks good, though.
It's a good honor.
Unda was available via FaceTime. Man, Unda is jacked up about this season. He was at a bar following along on FaceTime, and then at one point, an hour into our FaceTime, unbeknownst to us, he put on his highlight helmet. Yeah. That's how charged up he was.
Why do we never have draft prospects do their draft party from a bar? I think that would be awesome. If, like, and with the 75th pick of the Raiders select so-and-so, and he's got a beer in his hand. Like, yeah!
Spraying
No, but
beer everywhere.
he's talking about a player who's already on the team is following along at the bar. Like, why isn't, like, an NBA player, watching his team's pick
I would
on
love
the clock
to see that.
from a bar?
I would love to see that.
Like
I
you-
would love to see Max Crosby have a
yeah.
watch party.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you know what? We could be stumbling on a
Yeah.
great concept
This
here,
is a
fellas.
great piece of content here. Who cares about, Cameron Boozer? Let's see his teammates react to him being drafted. That's way more interesting. Yeah, let's see John Morant's draft party.
Well, then John Morant got traded like a week later.
You know what I mean, though. This is a whole new piece of tent.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. Well, as you know, it's the hardest spot in highlighted draft from when you're a runner-up.
You know that.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, the champion gets to keep 4. You only get to keep 3, and you have the worst draft spot. So we only got to keep 3. Our beloved Hyro is no longer on our team. He actually got drafted a round before his division freeze spot. He would have been a Division 3 freeze. He actually went in round 2. So we're bummed to see him go.
Did you enjoy, like, will there be a tribute, video tribute?
Ooh, that's a good idea. We're really upping our social game.
Ethan, get on that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you, Zaz, because we didn't know that we weren't going to be able to keep Hyro until yesterday. It was a very difficult decision to unkeep him. So we kept Manu, we kept Iñaki, and we kept Unda.
Yeah.
Oh, and Yaki.
Yeah, the Unda taker.
Yeah.
And where one door closes with Hyro, an Echeberry-sized door opened. That's it. I can see it on your face. You're excited.
Echeberry.
Echeberry is a Cyclone. And guess what? We also got to keep Bradley, who had the best season of his career. And Rock is back as a Cyclone.
Jack.
A former
The Rock?
No, Rock Williams, a former national champion for the University of Miami baseball team. He's back in the backcourt. We're going to ask a lot of our of Unda and Bradley. They're going to be playing some front court as well, hybrids, if you will.
We did a thing where we could have taken just like the easy position. Like, okay, we kind of need this position. We went with best player. We're going to have some guys playing a little out of position at times, but we think our roster is just we went with the best player as opposed to let me go on a slightly lesser player at this right position. We went with let's get the best players on the roster.
Heated debates at the table. I had to pull rank, but the player that we asked to play front court, I love what Bradley said. Whatever helps the team, boss.
Tony,
And
you doing all right there?
Battling through.
What's going on, man? I don't mean to interrupt you, Mike, but
he went through a lot of stress yesterday.
Well,
I did.
I'm checking on him.
Yeah, remember, yesterday he was show's designated survivor.
Strapped to a chair for like 6 hours.
So
Couldn't
it
reach
worked
my
out.
phone, so nobody told me that didn't happen.
Yeah, and normally people would like to make fun of Tony for being over-prepared. I think we should commend him.
All right, but you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you
All right.
float?
No, because I was strapped down to the chair. But again, it
What was
just
the chair strapped down to?
My wife had to strap me down to said chair. I was a designated survivor not only for the show but for my family.
But did you
Imagine
strap the chair down?
Yeah, because otherwise you're floating in a chair.
Well, no, the chair was strapped down.
Okay.
But I was also strapped to a column in my house.
That's not how that works.
What are you talking about?
That's not how that works. You think in the rapture, like
This
people-
isn't the rapture.
This wasn't the rapture. A lot of Protestants might have believed that once they started ascending, but then
This
after
is unrelated?
Gravity doesn't discriminate.
This is unrelated.
Oh, you don't know what took
Unrelated,
place
yeah.
yesterday?
I thought it was the rapture.
No, a lot of Protestants might have thought that initially when they started ascending because of the zero gravity, but then after 7 seconds, they would have crashed down to Earth and realized, oh, the internet was right about this just being the 7 seconds of zero gravity.
So it was just like an unrelated gravity breach.
Yeah.
The NASA apparently knew about it. Look, it was a lot like Y2K. We were really afraid about it. We had to take the proper precautions. And when everybody's safe, no one cares to think about, oh, maybe we're safe because of precautions we took.
Well, I'd like to clarify something yesterday that you jamokes were talking about Y2K, because poor young Jeremy, I don't think he understood. He thought it was like, I can't believe people believed in it. Y2K was real. The reason why it didn't happen was because they did all the precautions. Like, that stress was real about the computers messing up the clocks. And so they had to reprogram the dates from 2-digit year to 4-digit year in order to prevent that. It would have had
We
planes.
still didn't know for sure it was going to work.
But they had to do it. Like, Jeremy was under the belief that, like, you guys will believe anything.
Yeah,
like,
he thought it was like a kooky conspiracy theory.
It's like, it's not a conspiracy.
when
like
it
on
was leading
some-
evening news.
Like on the black internet or something.
Right.
It's the only place you're
it's a
able to
dark
find it.
web.
Yeah.
People had to
So this
work.
is a wild thing. I've never heard it called the black internet. the black internet
I've heard
or
of
the
the black
dark
internet.
web. Yeah, I've
Hey,
heard of
man.
black Twitter, but
You see that-
black
that-
internet was wild, Zaz. Holy cow!
You saw that Empire season finale? Like, that's the black internet. No, but like, people had to work round the clock in order to fix this. Financial institutions, air traffic control, defense, like, it touched every single industry. It wasn't like, 2012 is the end of the world. Like, that's how Jeremy thought he was talking about. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Sometimes you guys, I don't know. I'm like, huh? I
Right.
thought you were alive for this, man.
I was. I
don't
talked
think
plenty
we
about it.
Yeah, I don't think we
But
like,
you didn't talk about
dropped the ball there and all that much.
You didn't. You let him live in that fantasy. Like, oh, you guys are just idiots. Like, well,
No, I was telling him, though, this was something that was talked about everywhere. This was not like a small little
it's not
conspiracy.
It's not that it was talked about. It was real.
Yeah.
They actually had to go and reprogram
A bunch of resources poured into
Yeah.
it, and we made it through in large part because of that stuff. Now, the notion, I can see where Jeremy's coming from. Like, wait a second, all the computers that we made in the 80s and 90s would have thought that 00 meant we're in the Stone Ages now and we know to shut everything off. I can get like the skepticism there.
I'm being told like when you would go to Best Buy, there would be like Y2K ready stickers put on items.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Y2K compliant. Yeah, that was because it was real, man. Like, all these things were designed without people thinking about, hey, what happens when the year 2000 hits? And then pretty quickly they figured out, like, oh no, like, we gotta fix this, and they did. Those people are heroes.
Wow, great nostalgia right now. Yeah, you had to turn your computers off. Everybody had to turn their
So
computers
that when
off.
it flipped,
Yeah, because there was a concern that the 00 would make it blow up potentially.
it was, look, man, like, if you think about it, it's not that, like, all of a sudden we're going to go back in time. It's that the idea that the computers that control all of these things, your bank account, the flight info, all that stuff, missiles, all that stuff would go haywire because it's like, whoa, and by the way, I don't think it would go back to the year 0. I think it would go back to the year 1900 because it automatically
May as well
assumed
be
it
the
was-
year
May
0.
as well. For a computer, that's the Stone Ages.
Are we talking about time travel? You're going to say going back in time? Like,
Well, that's what Jeremy was like. Did you guys think you would wake up and like dinosaurs are walking around? Like, what are you talking about?
He was just being Jeremy.
speaking of dinosaurs, by the way, today's Thursday, and everybody knows that on Thursdays when new movies come out. All right, movies used to come out. You're right,
Fridays.
Fridays.
Yeah, I'm good.
Tony. Movies used to come out on Fridays. Movies now come out on Thursdays.
Well, they used to come out Thursday at like the midnight showing because technically it's
Well,
Friday.
it's Friday.
And then at some point the studios are just like, fuck it, let's just make it Thursday at like 8 p.m. And I was
Right.
like, what are we doing?
Right. Well, do you think we're ever going to get to a well now it's also Thursday like afternoon. It's
Yeah.
not just 8 p.m. When do you think we'll move to Wednesday?
We do what we already
Now I know
do.
we do Wednesday for like Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yep, Wednesday, Christmas Wednesdays
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
Like I think the whole thing is because they're trying to it's all messing with the numbers, right? It's trying to say, oh, we had the biggest opening weekend.
Right.
How
Well,
do
do you
get a
think then
big-
we'll get to Tuesday and then like do you think we'll eventually work our way back to movies opening on Friday?
but it's like last Friday for next weekend, right?
That's
so
right.
it's Friday night.
Yeah.
So
If
opening
it's a really
weekend
big
is a whole
movie.
week.
If it's a really big movie, you'll see Wednesday screenings.
Yeah, and Steve Martin also.
I had a feeling. All right, I'll pay the fine.
I think I just blew my own mind.
Yeah.
That we keep getting a day earlier
went back to
that we
year
could
0.
eventually get back to Friday for movie. I think I just blew my mind. But
$5.
Mike, The End of Oak Street has a media score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah?
Now, this movie End of Oak Street, which we brought up yesterday,
Yes.
me and you've seen previews for it. Anne Hathaway, Ewan McGregor.
I haven't seen the previews, but I've heard of it. Here we go. The balance. Okay, I'm balancing it.
So it's this movie where they wake up and their neighborhood is now been transported back in time to when there were dinosaurs.
Sure.
That's the movie.
Sounds like a great premise.
But no screenings,
No screenings.
were allowed, which
bad
usually is not a good sign. Well, the first media scores have come in on Rotten Tomatoes. Certified fresh, 83%.
Okay.
Okay, on how many reviews?
100.
100
It's a
reviews?
decent sample size.
I don't believe this whole Rotten Tomato scam
So
anymore.
it's not a scam. This is the problem with Rotten Tomatoes, right? Rotten Tomatoes looks at all these aggregates, right? So what it calls a fresh is if you give it basically the equivalent of 3 out of 5 stars. So if 100 people all said, that was all right, it was like a 3 out of 5 stars, guess what the Rotten Tomato score is? 100,
Fresh. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Which is very different from saying everyone thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I think
right?
I've seen exposés on how like part of the marketing plan is we got to get this certified fresh, and they game the system that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't
when you
like
see,
that.
Yeah, but like when you see a really impressive number, like say what you will, people like Spider-Man. I'm not taking away that people like the new Spider-Man, but when it first came out, it was like 98% fresh, and my brain's like, wow, only 2% had issues with this movie.
I don't mind so much when you have gaming the system to make it look good because whatever, I'm going to see it. I'll come up with my own conclusion, even if it's a good score. Like maybe I still don't like it. I don't like it when they do, what is it called? When they get like the review mogging? Is that what that calls?
What the
Review
hell
mog?
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
How the kids call
No,
it?
you nailed it.
Review mog?
Yeah.
Is it?
When you purposely
He said black internet earlier.
put blacks
He was right on that too.
Whoa.
like on the black internet or something. You purposely put bad scores, not black scores. You purposely put
Hey, man.
Wait.
bad.
You care about the audience score?
Yeah.
Audiences are idiots.
No, but I think it's important to know if it because the media is grading. The media scores are from film critics, people who understand film. Oh, this
Yeah.
was great directing and great lighting and great video editing. That doesn't necessarily make the audience not like a movie. There could be a movie that it doesn't necessarily have its stuff, but man, like this was really entertaining. I liked it.
What I would say to you is whenever there is a discrepancy between the media score and the audience score, meaning the audience really liked it and the media didn't.
Happens the whole time.
It happens all the time, but that it is on the money when it's had some time. We talk about going back 10 years ago, a movie that came out 10 years ago, and you look at it, it's like, the audience score was this, but the critics hated it. Why is that? And it's just like, yeah, because the critics don't have a sense of humor or whatever. But in the moment, the movie just came out, no. None of these people, they're all idiots. They're all just rushing because, oh, you got to look, my.
The review mog.
Yeah, get out of here, man. I don't listen to the audience score.
All right. End of Oak Street.
So, and the Oak Street is certified fresh so far.
yeah.
Out of 100.
Well, can you take away a certified fresh?
Yeah.
Things
Really?
start to dip. The more now,
But
the
then
more
it's
people are going to have
certified.
access to watching this. Now that it's out, forget screenings. You know, people can pay to go watch it that do this for a living.
But why would they have taken it away? Like we were surmising, that's because they don't think it's very good. Why did they take away screening?
I don't think it's very good because they didn't market it.
Yeah, well, that's part of the screenings. Screening, showing it to people who come out and say, "Oh my God, what a tour de force!" That's part of the marketing.
Yeah, I'm talking about conventional marketing,
Just like an ad,
like TV spots
Yeah.
and
what? This is what I'm going to say.
Print ads.
Having done any research, but who are they owned by? Because then this
Rotten Tomatoes?
No, the movie, the studio that put the movie out. Who are they owned by? What kind of financial issues are they going through? Are they going through a merge? There's all types of dumb reasons why things don't get marketed or publicized. The fact that it is an August release date means they had some. They didn't hold it.
they don't have a popcorn bucket I can fuck.
Yeah, that is.
That's usually a
that's
huge.
one of the big marketing.
It's a huge piece
you
of
know,
it.
Like if you don't have a popcorn bucket, he can fuck. Are you really a big movie?
I mean, at least you want to do the popcorn trick. You got to, you know about that popcorn trick, right?
Old school.
Come on
That
now.
that was
Tony,
the
you know
old
about that
school
popcorn
way.
trick?
It was
Oh, I
the
know
old
about that.
school way.
Yep,
Good trick.
that's how you get it done, boys.
Buttery.
Not too much, but
What do
yeah.
you use to like put the hole in it?
Yeah, you can just like put
Just-
a hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jam a finger up there.
It's
Am I
just-
asking the wrong questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like just like you with the giraffe.
Back
Yeah.
then, people used to carry
Yeah.
around keys.
Yeah, just
So
depends
if
on
you
how
hear,
much.
if all of a sudden you hear like a they're
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah,
create the space.
So-
No, that's probably after the hole's already been created. That sound.
That's where you say, honey, don't you need to go to the bathroom? You don't want to get up in the middle of the movie. And she gets up, she goes, and that's when you're like, popcorn just flying everywhere. And then,
Read more on the black internet, Zaz.
yeah. Hey, man.
like on the black internet or something. How does it make you feel as a Dolphins fan, and maybe also as a Miami Hurricanes fan, when you see highlights coming out of Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Oh,
camp of Reuben Bain just
oh,
dominating,
Tampa Bay.
just working that Bucs offensive
I
line?
literally saw the clip of him having 3 sacks in practice yesterday as I was listening to a report on the Dolphins and Caden Proctor getting worked against the Commanders. It's like they were happening at the same exact time.
Chris,
Caden Proctor worked at first practice versus the Commanders. Okay, that makes me feel like shit. How did Reuben Bain do? 3 sacks against the Jets. Ugh.
I've mentioned Chris to a lot of my friends that also support the Dolphins. I'm like, Chris Cody says he's watching the Dolphins through one prism this year. He hopes for the best with the quarterback and all that, but like the main thing is not wins and losses because he's tempered his expectations appropriately. Is how does Proctor do compared to Reuben Bain?
Not a good start.
That's more interesting to you than Malik Willis?
Yeah. For me, Malik Willis, like the ceiling and floor is pretty close there. I think like he's going to be somewhere in the middle as a quarterback. And it's just, you could have taken Reuben Bain,
The local
a Miami guy, the rebuild. Get the D. I get it. Offensive line is the most important thing, but what's the next most important thing? Defensive line. I don't know. It's just a bad taste in my mouth to start the season with Reuben Bain looking the way he does.
I'm not even looking at it from the prism of Bain versus Proctor because I think that could be a little bit unfair right now because adjusting from playing offensive line at a different position offensive line, playing offensive line in college to playing offensive line in the pros, that's a massive adjustment, all right? But I can look at it solely from the Reuben Bain prism because I know this guy's going to be awesome. Like it doesn't. I think we had this conversation when Reuben Bain was drafted. Even if Caden Proctor is really good,
Right.
I still hate the pick because I know Reuben Bain is going to be really good.
It's so obvious, and maybe we're too close to it down here in Miami. I just can't remember a guy where it's just so bleeping obvious that he's going to be at least really good. Like maybe he's not an all-time great, but he's going to be an above-average player, no doubt.
And we knew it from the moment he took that hat off the shelf. The way he took the hat off the
You
shelf.
snatched it, right?
Snatched that
I remember
shit.
that. 'Cause
Godzilla energy.
They wanted everyone, well, in more ways than one.
Well, he just feeds off of any kind of negative energy.
Also has short arms, though, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said more ways than one. But yeah, but like you're supposed to get the hat and pose
And
it,
photo mog.
right? And
Good job.
He didn't do that. He literally in one go, right? I'm remembering this right. Like he never
Didn't even
stopped.
break stride.
Just snatched it and give me that thing.
Because he doesn't give a shit how he looks.
Oh man,
He doesn't care. He
Is
doesn't play
it-
football.
this is gonna be one of those guys that like circles Miami on the count. I mean, they're not playing this year, but at some point they're gonna play. And he's like,
He's
that-
going to circle everybody that passed.
But this is the one.
Yeah.
You can say everyone that passed. This is the one.
I'm sure he's a little pissed at Baltimore too, which did something similar. I know there was a heated debate internally in Baltimore for Bain, but yeah, Bain's going to be a monster. And I've talked to some people at Canes camp that are privy to some information from going to Tampa Bay camp, and it's like it's way better than what the videos show. This guy, they know.
Oh,
already.
it's even. This
Yeah,
is,
no, they
this is
they know.
downplaying it.
The
No, they
video
know.
doesn't even do it justice.
They now he may be just whooping up on a bad offensive lineman over there, but Reuben Bain every practice is going out there dominating like he did at Green Tree.
Doesn't even matter if it's going up against a bad offensive line. Like it's an NFL offensive line.
Correct. And in the NFL, you're going to run up against bad offensive lines, and you expect your first-round draft pick, defensive end, pass rusher to do what he's doing.
NFL practice is kind of dumb.
Why you say that?
I was watching Hard Knocks last night, and Derek Hall, who's a tremendous linebacker, got in trouble.
Stay away from that quarterback.
Yeah, like he got in trouble with Coach McDonald because he didn't even touch the dude, but he got too close. They were like, "You're getting too close," and then they did it again. Like, just twice. Get him out of the field. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry for being awesome at my job. Maybe yell at the guy whose job it is to stop me.
Attention to detail. If you get that close now during practice, you'll get too close during the game. That'll be 15-yard penalty.
No.
That's McDonald with a chance on the Hard Knocks cameras to be like, hey, just in case I run this practice.
Yeah, oh, he did. He said that like verbatim. He said, too bad for you. I'm running this practice. And I was like, all right, man, that's enough. But no, Tony, it wasn't that he was going to, like, do something illegal. It was literally he's just too good at his job. But he didn't touch the quarterback. I don't like the idea of, like, shaming a guy for doing his job in practice. Why are we practicing? That guy needs practice too, right? The blocker? You got any practice? If I hit the guy, now you can yell at me. Well, because I got too close?
There's no version of that in NBA practices of stay away from LeBron type stuff? Like, don't foul our star too hard in practice?
Yes, don't foul him. Absolutely. Like, well, what are you doing? That's the money right there. That's the whole season.
Yeah, don't do something that no one wants you to do.
Right.
But in football, the defense would really like you to hit the quarterback. That is a good thing.
But he didn't hit him.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, it would be, you know what it'd be like if we said, yeah, don't foul LeBron. And the guy went, psych.
Right. You would think in training camp you'd want him to get as close as possible without him.
Well, I think that's what they want.
But
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Too bad. He's too good at his job.
Hard Knocks is good so far? I haven't watched yet.
Episode 1, I was like, okay, I'm willing to give
McDonald's
it a
kind of
chance.
dry.
It's not necessarily him. Obviously, a colorful coach, Rex Ryan, John Gruden, a colorful coach can really bring a lot out of it, but it's not necessarily him. It's just, I don't think they have any storylines. It's a bad sign where, like, far and away, the most electric person who's been on the screen is Marshawn Lynch. And I was like, well, I mean,
he's visiting?
He shows up, yeah, as a Madden grader. You know this? You know about the Madden graders?
I could figure it out.
It's basically EA Sports sends these representatives all across the league, and they're supposed to adjust the ratings for the players. There's an actual person who comes on site.
Oh, because they could do it like you can adjust it in the game middle, like it can get adjusted.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the year they do this, and the guys are like, okay, he's a 98 on this or whatever, right? So Marshawn Lynch shows up, and he's like, it's like a one-man band of like just comedy and like one-liners.
Well, he's super likable.
He is super likable, but it's just like I felt like, you know what it's like whenever you watch a TV show and it's a spinoff, and they're like, oh, the ratings are sagging. Let's get the original star from the other show to show up. Like, oh, that's so-and-so. I remember you. Like, you're doing a little artificial kind of injection just to get it going. But there were a couple of things, Az, that I found interesting.
All right, what do you got?
Interesting. So I don't know if you know about this. The Detroit Lions, they recently had to release Terry and Arnold.
Okay.
You know about this story?
He's involved in something.
Terry and Arnold.
A very big something.
He was at Airbnb. He got robbed. A few hours later,
He was staying at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
I told you I don't do Airbnbs. You know that about me.
well, he says,
I don't do Airbnbs.
but lost a bunch of stuff, jewelry, money,
I don't do
etc.
it. Never
People
happened to
came
me.
and stole stuff from an Airbnb that he was staying.
That he was staying at. Like,
He,
it
think-
was-
he thought it was a setup, so then he got his lick back.
Well, he was told it was a setup and that these are the people responsible. And so they went and they allegedly pistol whipped the people responsible. Come to find out, they were not the people responsible. And so
It was worse than pistol whip, by the way.
it's like they abducted them.
It was
and everything.
kidnapping, yeah.
So now he's facing multiple counts of kidnapping and assault, of which carry up to a life sentence. He's facing life in prison, right? He's got all sorts of travel restrictions, whatever. Lions are like, we don't want this problem. They waive him. This episode of Hard Knocks is the Seahawks talking about, should we bring him in? And I'm like, oh shit! Like this is outside of the usual Hard Knocks territory, right?
It's some real like info here.
That's not just real.
Well, we
info.
used to get that with Hard Knocks, and however many years ago, the teams began to isn't it a new rule now where they don't have the cameras in the room when they're cutting players anymore? Right?
Is that a rule, or they just not
don't?
do it?
That's a thing that they don't do anymore. They don't
but-
show you it live.
That's the PA's fault. I bet it's the PA's fault because we love it, and the team was like, yeah, we cut him.
Love
off.
it. I mean, Vontae wants to call his grandma. You know, whole upset and call my grandma.
But to this point, like, we've never had a truly controversial thing that, by the way, wasn't a controversy that happened to them, right? It's one thing if Terry Arnold had been on their team and this happened, okay, we get the little hard knocks. Okay, how do we PR crisis management this, right? In this case, it's a problem somewhere else, and you see their GM and their head coach, and basically them sitting around talking about, like, is it worth it? I mean, we owe it to ourselves to give us every opportunity, and this guy is in. And at the end of the episode, they fly him in for a workout. They show him working out by himself in the practice field. But I'm like, oh, they're really going through with this. This is kind of crazy.
All right, so that sounds interesting.
That was interesting, but it was like literally they just kind of mentioned it, and then at the end they're like, oh, they're actually.
Do we have any fun characters otherwise on the team yet?
I saw the first episode. The fullback, they're trying to make him a thing. The guy that the goat pees on.
Oh yeah,
He's there for Brady Russell, I think his name is.
Anything with
A little bit.
JSN?
Tom Brady's peeing on somebody?
Yeah.
No JSN stuff?
JSN, there is, but he's not really a big
Very
personality
quiet.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this one scene with him and the wide receivers coach, and he's like, we got to get on the same page. And he said, I just told these people we never argue. And JSN's like, what are you talking about? We argue all the time. He's like, yes, but I told them we never argue. That was funny. I guess the wide receivers coaches, he's a bit of a character.
The running backs coach was a funny guy. He's like, this is how you run the ball. A little too much this. Ah!
Yeah, I mean,
He's a portly fellow.
It just, I'll tell you the other thing they do, and it made me think, oh, yeah, football players really are different from the rest of us. This whole shadow boxing thing, did you watch the shadow boxing thing, Chris?
I saw that. I haven't watched, actually. I saw that on social.
I don't get it. I think they have this thing where it's like, oh, they called it rock, paper, scissors on steroids. And it's like, they go, tss, tss, ah. And like, if I go like this, you have to either duck out of the way. If you don't, if you guess wrong and you guess in the direction of my shadow box, that's a point for me.
I get it.
3 in a row, I win. But the whole time, all it looks like
The coach is like, good rep. Good rep.
and they're watching this. The entire team is in an auditorium watching this. They're like, oh! I'm like, what happened? All that song goes, it looks like a Michael Jackson video.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, I
but
don't like
that's why we're not football players.
I don't like it.
I feel like if we were football players, we'd be so in. We'd be like, oh, that's so cool. I wish they did that at our camp. That's what I think football players think like. They're like, this is the coolest thing ever. Meanwhile, us non-football players are like, you guys are morons.
Can I show you something?
Show me something.
So, full disclosure.
Disclosure Day?
No.
Oh.
That's disclosure day. I'm doing full disclosure. For the last couple of days, Greg Cody's been in studio with us.
He has.
And yesterday, we played another clip of AEW wrestling where we believe they must have a Le Batard Show fan, or maybe just a Greg Cody Show fan, who is injecting Greg Cody's catchphrases into their programming.
I heard the bit. I don't agree.
Okay, that's fine. Well, let me play again for you real quick from yesterday. This is the second time that this has happened, or at least that we've played the video. This is from yesterday where we believe AEW programming is using Greg Cody catchphrases. Give this a listen, I mean.
Juice Robinson versus Clark Connors. Who won? Who? The Guns versus the Dogs. Who won? Who? And in a double chain match, who's the juicy cherry? Who?
Now,
Baja Men can also be upset.
That's what I'm thinking. I get Baja Man from that. Who let the dogs out?
Well, but he did it with the inflection. Who won?
Well, he's building.
All right. I'm full disclosure. Like I said, not disclosure day, but full disclosure.
Okay.
I went into this yesterday ready to poo-poo it and tell you, Greg, no one cares about your catchphrases. No one is using them on AEW. Like, don't be stupid. And I heard that, yes, and like I'm having a hard time denying it. And now I had one of our listeners send me another couple of clips. I'm going to play the first one here for you. But both of these clips are from the same segment, all right? Don't pay as much attention to, what's actually happening in the video. Like, who the hell can explain? But pay more attention to the possible use of the Greg Cody catchphrase.
What you learn, huh? What you learn, huh? What you learn, huh?
So over and over, they're saying, "What you learn? What you learn? What you learn?"
That's a common phrase.
Still
Okay,
skeptical.
but we got to put it together with the other examples as well,
What'd you
don't
learn?
we?
Catch as catch can a few weeks ago.
Who won?
Everyone says catch as catch can.
No, and
What?
No, and they ended the catch as catch can segment with "You never know."
You never know
Oh,
sometimes.
stop it.
See, Amin is playing the role that I thought I was going to play,
What role?
and of being indignant. That it's not a thing.
I
It's
think you
coincidence.
guys are just navel gazers. You just think everything is about you around
All
here.
right, well, play the next one.
All right,
then.
so this is in the same clip again.
We're rolling now, huh?
Oh, are you kidding me? We're rolling. No. It's not just we're rolling now. We're rolling now, huh?
I mean,
It's undeniable.
you know what's funny? At first when he went, I was like, oh, that is kind of like Greg. But then he came back and it's like, oh, he just said that. Come on, man.
It's undeniable. There's something happening.
all in the same segment. What'd you learn? We're rolling now, huh?
You guys have the wrestler or the writers?
Well, it hasn't always been the same wrestler.
Got it.
So I think that in the creative room, there's a Greg Cody superfan.
We're rolling now, huh?
Well, this is what I would say. If there is indeed a mole in the writing room, you got to do one thing. You gotta take the catchphrase that Cody came up with that Zaz somehow tried to claim later on, and have one of them say that. If that happens, then I'll believe it.
Hey, that's what I'm talking
Talking
about.
Yeah, if they say that one,
That's what I'm talking about.
No, that would be, we'd know that that's not a Greg Cody phrase.
Yeah, they say it.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Then I believe it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Make sure you're not late. It's time for Zaslow's World Cuck update.
I mean, I don't know what that was. Trying to do a World Cup update. What the hell are you doing there? I do have a few more things I want to say, Dan, as far as the World Cup is concerned. Now, because yesterday was the final round of 16 game. You know what comes next? You know what's next after round of 16?
I cannot believe how electric this World Cup has been.
It really has
So
been.
good.
All the we finally have the good matches that give life to this being one of the greatest tournaments of all time. We were missing those bangers, and Argentina in back-to-back matches give us instant classic after instant
The
classic.
Cabo Verde game was insane.
Against all-time African underdogs. They run up against the greatest player at the tail end of his career, still having enough for one last
Mike,
job.
let me tell you what, that 13 on Cabo, what a shot.
This is
Shot of the
incredible.
tournament.
A
Did you see it
world-
bend?
And how about those
Did
fans?
you see
It
it
was
bend,
a
Dan?
literal movie.
It was crazy.
He runs into the sand,
Gets
finds
over.
his lady.
Boom.
That's how you end the movie, folks. That is
He was looking,
unbelievable.
and the security was like, no, go back. And he's
That's
like, no,
love.
no, where is she?
That's love right there.
She's got to know also to come down the stairs. What are you doing?
I'm the one who's doing this.
Your second topic, Zaz. Do you have another World Cuck topic?
Well, I'll tell you what. All right, I don't know why you're saying it like that. But anyway, I have other things that I want to talk about. You know what? You can't take this away from me. I don't know if you saw this past Monday night.
CM Punk returns to WWE. After months away and all sorts of rumor and innuendo, he's not on the right side with TKO, comes back in his hometown of Chicago and beats Sami Zayn, whose title reign lasts about a week. Much fanfare in Chicago.
CM Punk related to Daft Punk at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but CM
Daft Punk's good, though.
Not unlike Messi, later in his career, finding top
gets
form,
to talk about this
his
instead
body
of me.
looking incredible. You know what
that
this might
guy.
set up? Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk at SummerSlam.
Greg Cody Rhodes.
I'm
Hello.
going to SummerSlam. I want
There
to
you
talk
go.
about this.
Well done, Jeremy.
Your third topic,
Should've
Zaslow,
gotten the
of
lap.
this World Cuck update.
You know what? Actually, I'll allow you to call it that here because there's a movie that just came out that I want to watch. It's by our pal Billy Corbin. It's called God
That's
Forbid.
not just coming out. It's
5
the
years
most
ago.
popular documentary in the history
It
of Hulu.
just came out.
No, I mean,
Dan,
it was
you saw
several
the movie.
years
What did
ago.
you
It
think?
was excellent.
Yeah,
was,
why don't you have a turn here?
It went.
You got a pre-screening?
It went deeper into religious power and cuckery than I've
got an
ever
advanced
seen a documentary. I didn't get an advanced
How
screening.
cliche, a pool boy.
This movie, yes, and distinctly Cuban pool boy, like just not actually a pool man, a very pool boy, a Cuban kid who's not fully grown up, who was having sex with the wife of Jerry Falwell's sons, the president of Liberty University, his wife, and he liked to watch it in a corner of the room while he was wearing very little clothing.
This is why it's called World Cup.
All right, get back in this seat here. Get back in the seat here that is a prominently featured seat. That concludes our first ever World Cuck update.
I came for the 60 Minutes thing, literally, and it was awesome. But I stuck around for the thoughts on the Odyssey.
Okay, the episode is titled, it's a couple days ago, if you want to go back wherever you get your podcasts. Over the last couple days, something interesting and funny has happened
You were talking about good numbers.
where I have realized that Mike and Dan, for that matter, okay, because I got this from Dan as well 2 days ago. I am realizing Mike and Dan are listening to Zaslow Show 2.0 for the very first time.
No, I listen. I listen to Zaslow Show 2.0 whenever I guest on it. I love the sound of my own voice.
So that's what I've realized because I got a call from Dan a couple days ago. And he loved it. He listened to the whole episode.
Shirtless FaceTime in bed?
And I don't expect him to listen to the whole episode. All right, like episodes are about 45 minutes. I don't expect him to listen.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
So coming up a little bit later in the show here, we're going to talk to the founder and creator of Freezing Cold Takes.
Oh, shit.
You know this guy.
Fred Siegel is a childhood friend of mine
That's crazy.
who I've known him my whole life, probably since I'm, 7 or 8 years old. Hebrew school together, middle school, high school, college. And yeah, so he's a
Are you
friend-
guys the two biggest success stories of your class?
I don't know. How am I supposed to answer
It's
that?
either that or the Pouncey brothers, right?
That one tickled you, Zaz. You laughed at that one
Yeah,
pretty.
because
He was like-
he considered it for a second, like, oh, maybe I am.
So yes, he is a childhood. Maybe it is. He's a childhood friend of mine, which everybody gets a kick out of. Where I'll get messages on Twitter where I'll say something. And it's, Zaslow, we don't think you're going to be right about this. And someone will CC Freezing Cold Takes, to make
a
sure
thing.
they have it. And that's always funny to me. And because I think to myself, I go, he's definitely going to see everything I do because he's my friend.
I thought you were going to hit him up. You want me to text him? I could just text him right now because, I know who he is.
But he absolutely sees what I do, all right, because we are friends.
Can I get out in front of this? I don't like this guest. I don't like him as a person. I don't like this as a guest booking because it's removed all the mystery. I used to think of this like, it's all-seeing, all-knowing. Who is this guy?
No, it's not like we're not the only show that he's appearing on. He's doing a book tour right now.
No, but now it's like you know him. I'm like, I gotta look the guy in the eye and stuff. I gotta ask him questions. As hey, what was Zaz like as a kid?
Is this like Wizard of Oz when you find out what's going on with Oz?
Yeah, man. I want the smoke in me. I don't want to look behind the curtain and see some dude that went to Santa Fe. Like, I don't want that.
It's such a weird thing because it started where like he quit. He was a lawyer. He quit his job as a lawyer. He had a job.
He could have a day job to
Quit his job as a lawyer to do Twitter. Like that's really
we're doing this shit wrong, man.
right.
Is this like Jason Tatum and Matthew Tkachuk being high school friends?
So
No, it's not. I just answered my own question. It's not.
Look,
It's not even in the same universe, but forget I said anything.
It's so weird. He just started documenting. Like we had him on my show on 790 The Ticket with me and Joy Taylor. It started back then, so we're talking like 15 years ago. We had him on my show back then as a once a week thing. He, my friend whose Twitter account has got a couple thousand followers. People locally think it's fun, where he documents when you're wrong about stuff. And we started having him on once a week, and he would crack jokes and whatever. And then all of a sudden, he's on Good Morning Football. It's like, what the fuck? He's in New York City, in studio on Good Morning Football? And it's blown up to a whole thing, freezing cold
Is
takes.
there one specific post, I mean, we could ask him about this, that took him to the next level, that went from
ask him.
Yeah, the one viral post that got him all the followers?
Here's a question I can't ask him. I'll ask Zaslow. Is there any party that's a little jealous? It's like, wait a second, I was the star here. Now all of a sudden this guy's on Good Morning Football. I haven't been on Good Morning Football.
Are you Tatum or Kachuk?
Good question.
That's a great question.
Good question.
Well,
I don't know.
You do have 2 rings.
I think you're Tatum.
He's got 2 rings.
I think I'm Kachuk in this spot. Come on.
Who's a bigger star, Tatum or Kachuk?
In their sport,
It's Jason Tatum.
Tatum.
Tatum's more famous.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
I can't even do in their own sport thing.
Okay, you're-
Kachuk, they're pretty comparable to what they represent in their sport. Tatum gets all the glory while someone else
Hold
is
on
the
a
better
second.
team in the
Hold
championship
on a second.
series.
Zaz is about to get offended by this.
Yeah, I am offended by this.
You're Matthew
okay,
Kachuk.
because in in
Kachuk isn't as good as Barkov.
I understand, but in the Olympics, Matthew Kachuk is the face of our country.
Yeah, but he
Jason
wasn't the best
Tatum-
player for it.
Jason Tatum sat the bench. He didn't play.
That's true. Yeah.
You're saying you're Tatum.
No, I'm Kachuk for sure, but I don't care about that part. I care about everyone knowing that Matthew Kachuk is a bigger deal than Jason Tatum. That's what I care about.
I think Jason Tatum, and this one hurts me to say,
There they go. Look at that.
I'm not going to say it. Matthew Kachuk's a better player than Jason Tatum. I don't
Yes,
respect
he
Jason
is.
Tatum nearly as
Now,
much.
what about Brady? Because we have to assume Brady was at that school too,
Yeah.
different year, but
Yeah.
Brady was there also.
I've long believed in Matthew Kachuk's surpassed Pavel Bure as my favorite player of all time. Matthew Kachuk is my favorite. He's great. He was a culture changer, but I think Brady's better than Matthew.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Brady's better than Matthew?
Yeah.
That's going to be fun to watch play out. I hope he is. It'd be amazing if he's better. I hope he's better. Different kind of player.
Can we bring up that childhood photo again? The kid in the back in the glasses, what do you think he's up to now?
Doctor.
It's the GM of the Dodgers, actually.
All right. So Fred's going to join us coming up a little bit later on, which I think will
I don't
be
like
fun.
that you call him Fred.
Yeah.
Now I'm with Amin.
You
I
want
don't
to
like
talk about?
that.
I
Yeah.
told you.
If
He's
anything
doing it.
undersells it, is you referring to him as Fred.
The founder of Freezing Cold Takes.
And I understand he's on TV hits, but Amin and I haven't seen it. Like we haven't seen him out there. So this is just rocking our
He
world.
better
even
look
though
super cool.
What do you
Yeah.
think he's going to be dressed? I think he's going to have a cape, and it's going to be light blue, and he's going to have like a scepter, and the scepter's going to have like a
I thought it was like a talking version of his avatar.
like an icicle. Like the thing is, the whole scepter is going to be an icicle. He's like, I am the Lord of the freezing cold take. Does he talk like that?
Instead, it's just gonna
I
be
don't think he
Fred.
talks like that, no.
That's right. Hi, I'm Fred.
He's going to join us coming up. I think we're going to have some fun there. I'll tell you, though, I want to get into this story about the Lakers, which broke yesterday in the middle of our show, where all of a sudden the Lakers were sold. And we're not talking about the Lakers were sold last year, because they were. It's not old news. We're talking about the Lakers were sold again. The crown jewel franchise of the NBA is sold twice in a matter of 14 months. And they're being sold. What's Buddy's name? Mark Watson?
The guy who sold it? Or
Yeah.
Mark Walter.
Mark Walter. He is selling the team, which is valued. This is always confusing because he's not selling it for $12 billion. It's valued at $12 billion. And
12 and a half.
And whatever it is, the 75% share that he has, he's going to essentially get 75% of 12 point whatever billion dollars.
It's not a small thing.
Yeah.
The $500 million.
Yeah.
500 million.
So, and he's selling it to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner,
Kushner,
who is the brother of
Jared Kushner.
Jared, who is married to Ivanka Trump, who, of course, her father is the president. And there's a lot to this, okay? Or there's quite possibly a lot to this. It's strange enough that a team is sold, the Lakers, mind you, for a second time in 14 months. It's not like the team was on the verge of bankruptcy. It's not like the owner, he didn't have the money to afford anymore. And then we have this conspiracy where maybe there is an actual reason why this deal came together so fast.
So there's a couple of things. So I don't know how many people realize how much funding he got last year in order to buy this. He got some investment fund cashola from a certain region of the world that may be a little dealing with some issues right now, right? So there is already that.
Mm-hmm.
In the, hey, how did this guy able to afford this, even though he owns the Dodgers as part of a consortium there? Well, he got some money from the Middle East, right? So, but then you see that he's got some, let's say, some IRS issues, some difficulties with the Internal Revenue Service going on, and the fact that it's like, I'm going to take this thing, which is only going to grow in value, and sell it immediately. Even if it is at a $2.5 billion higher valuation than when he paid for a year later, we still know that is dwarfed by how much it would make if he would hold it 3 years, 4 years, et cetera, et cetera. And the fact that he did this without an open bidding process. Hey, do you want it? There's no shortage of people who want in on these teams. And the person who got to cut the line on this was none other than the brother-in-law of Ivanka Trump. So there's a lot of like, wait a second, what's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening here? On the other side of the table, though, and this is great for anyone who believes in a two-party system is actually real. And
no, this was a deft maneuver to
because this is in essence, this is the truest two-party system of all. The two parties in America are haves, have-nots.
100%.
And that's all that matters. Everything else is set dressing. Because Bob Iger, former president of Disney, big NBA fan, right? His wife was one of the co-hosts on Inside Stuff back in the day, right? Bob Iger had dalliances of running for president as
his
what,
wife
Michael?
will obey?
He was considering running as a Democrat.
Yeah.
This provides great cover for any conspiracy theories that, this is another MAGA wealth distribution plan.
This is, hey, let's keep it all with the riches.
That's right. You know who loves fights about trans people? Rich people. They love that.
You know why?
Because it isn't about left versus right. It's about top versus bottom.
Uh-oh.
Ayo, respectfully.
So that's what makes all of this very, very, very interesting indeed, as the NBA right now goes through, I would say it, another PR crisis.
And like Adam Silver didn't have a heads up about any of this.
Well, look, it's not approved yet. The league has to approve it, and the board of governors, the other owners, basically have to vote. And I think it's like a 2/3 majority in order for it to get ratified.
Why would they not do that?
Well, so
depends on this fallout.
Yeah, so like
which I don't think there's going to be enough.
Mark Walter wasn't actually approved until October, so he's technically owned the Lakers for less than 12 months, for about 9 months is what he's owned them. So there's a couple of things why they wouldn't, Tony. Number one, the idea of not only reselling a team, but reselling the crown jewel in terms of a brand, right, in that short of amount of time. Number two, the fact that it really wasn't open. Number three, and this is, Yaron Weitzman did a great job of reporting this. A lot of the other owners are like, what the hell is going on? And there is a feeling of instability in our league if you allow it just to get passed around like a bottle of Fireball at Michelle Beadle's Super Bowl party.
Right, I hate that.
Know the reference well. Yeah. So when this happened, we were all like, wait, is this the old sale? We did the Dave Damashek. This is weird, right? Yep. And we're going to talk to Ramona Shelburne about this and find out a little bit more, but there's no chance this doesn't go through. It increases valuation across the board in all sports. Kushner was already an NBA owner. Yeah. He owned, I believe, 5% of the Miami Heat or thereabouts.
And before that, the Memphis Grizzlies. So he's been vetted twice.
Yes. So he's already in that club. And Iger is incredible window dressing here.
And is a guy that's well liked. He's
A former league partner.
really good friends with Chris Paul. Like he's not an outsider.
No, he has a great relationship with Adam Silver. That I don't see how this doesn't go through.
Looks like Ben Lyons.
But yeah, he does. But like Kushner has been leveraging great relationships that he's built, trying to get into sports. He was a part of that FIFA private equity
There you
thing
go.
that just blew up. But there are things that, in retrospect, do give fuel to, is this another MAGA wealth distribution backroom deal, especially when Donald Trump gets gifted a gaudy World Series
By
ring.
whom?
The owner of the Dodgers.
Who's that?
The owner of the Lakers.
Oh, okay. So there is like a big connection.
Same way that Rolex got off of some tariffs. Like, yeah, why don't you come to the U.S. Open in our box? We'll give you a nice watch.
It's just like, again, I urge anyone who thinks like my politicians care about. No, they don't, man.
Nope.
They just it's all a big money thing, and us broke boys over here, we're like, oh, I can't believe Caitlin Clark. Like that's the dumb conversation we have down here while they're up there cutting these back deals.
The thing that stands out to me, and I've obviously been super critical of the commissioner, is who are these people you keep letting into your league, man? Like, you have this right now with, the guy who is selling the Lakers. I'm not even talking about who's buying
So you're
the
not
Lakers.
talking about the buyers because the buyers is Iger
right.
and an existing owner. You're
Right.
like, who are you letting? And
yeah.
surely when the Lakers, that was a big deal. It's a glamour franchise, the Bus
Big
family,
deal.
legacy name in there. For the Lakers to be sold, who are you bringing in? You could not have thought that they would be flipped inside a year of approval.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the seller, the buyers. All right, but I'm talking about who are you letting into your league?
Well, so in that case, right, you could talk about him, you talk about the Portland guy, but
Yeah.
the reality is these are people who came from successful sports backgrounds, right? Mark Walter, one of the major owners of the Dodgers. Dodgers have been incredible, right? Anyone who knows the Dodgers before the sale and after the sale are like, these things are way better. Like working, I'm not even talking about their success on the field. I'm talking about people who work for the Dodgers. Like things are way better since this dude came around, right? Same thing with the Hurricanes. It's like we could kill Tom Dunn in a million ways, but at the end of the day, his franchise is successful. So,
but the NHL's not the NBA.
I get it, but if you're the NBA, you care about one thing: does this increase values? Is this guy going to continue to invest? Are we going to make money off of this? Is this thing going to make something better? Here comes a guy who says, "I'm going to buy a team in the middle of nowhere, one of the smallest markets in the league," and from there, you're like, okay.
And he's very clearly trying to move them.
Well, no, actually, I think he's very clearly trying to leverage the city and the municipality to pay for
Till
stuff.
his oldest time.
Yeah.
And he very well may move them.
He might if they say no, but it already looks like they're already starting to buckle, so that's probably not going to happen. But that's not the point. The point of it all is this dude's got money, and he's got a track record of – it's not like some fly-by-night guy. Same thing with Mark Walter. It's like, okay, we know who he is. He's this guy. Now, that part where he's got to involve some private equity financing from an investment fund, that is like a little head-scratcher. But, again, at the same time, that's also something that the NBA changed the rules about and was done very much in mind of inviting that money from that region to come in here. So they're not the only ones. So I could see why, but it's all part and parcel of like we loosen up the strings enough that all of this shit can happen, right? Like if you keep saying money is the bottom line, that's all that matters is the valuations and the revenues. Then you open it, this thing gets loose, man. It gets loose. If all it is a financial product, is in essence what I'm saying, it allows for you to say, oh, I bought it for this, now it's up for this. It's like a house. I bought this house. This is my forever home. A year later, someone offers me 20% greater than what I paid for. Of course I'm going to sell it. Because I'm like, I don't love the house that much. It's a nice house. You get another house. That's where we're at.
It's great for the Laker fan, though, right?
Is it?
I would think the Laker fan would like these owners.
How do these transactions go typically? Do people pay fully up front? How are these things
Financing.
funded? Yeah, but at the end, when you sell it, do you get paid up front, or do you get those paid in increments?
Are those? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe.
I'm sure it's different strokes for different folks, but I think it
So
could, it could work like houses where, hey, I get this huge lump sum of money while I'm still financing. So while I paid $10 billion, I'm clearly financing that deal. I took out a loan to have this lump sum of cash to give to this person. But in reality, I haven't paid $10 billion yet. So this person gets to pay off all the financing debt. And on top of that, lop on $2.5 billion. It's not just a $2.5 billion deal at that point.
Well, you get out of the debt and you make whatever early termination kind of benefits you get. But also the idea is that I now have this cash in hand to do something else.
Yes, this dude is getting an influx of like $11 billion.
So Steve Ballmer paid $2 billion cash. It was like, you want in 10s and 20s? Like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour, right? But for the most part, I think you're going to financial institutions. That's why you see J.P. Morgan very much involved in these type of transactions. We got questions. Well, Ramona's going to be on with us.
Yeah,
we're going to ask questions.
Yeah, I want to ask Ramona what this means for the league, because there's a lot of conspiratorial things out there about what this means and how this came about, but Ramona will be able to shine a light on how this is going with the league, because there are other owners that ultimately have to approve this, how they feel about owners coming into their league and flipping teams inside of a year. That's a whole new world.
To me, that's one of those short-term, I get it, you got $2.5 billion overvaluation. But long-term, that can't be good. We cannot become a housing market, right? We cannot become a league of just people park money and then flip and get out. Because, for instance, for the Lakers, so let's talk about some real-life stuff. The number of people who lost their jobs because the new owner came, we're going to bring in all guys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like they did all sorts of things. They moved the G League operation from South Bay, which is fairly local, to like the Palm Desert. That's like a 2-hour drive, right? They did a lot of things that aren't just like, who cares? The Lakers are running this way. Things that impact the lives of people who make regular everyday working wages.
I never thought the NBA would be like how AM radio was for us in the early 2000s, where we were seemingly switching parent companies every year.
How about Luka Doncic? This will be the 5th ownership group he's played under.
Maybe it's him.
5th.
Let's talk about that.
That's crazy, right?
Why can't you? That's crazy, right? No, that doesn't sound right without weird. That's weird, right?
You corrected us early in the show about something from yesterday, and now you also want to correct us about another thing from yesterday, where Tony wasn't here yesterday, but Tony is young. Tony, do you remember there was a time when on airplanes there were smoking sections on airplanes?
I wasn't taking flights that young, but I do remember at some point as a youngster getting into an airplane and there was an ashtray in the middle of the seats. I do remember that.
So what did we have wrong yesterday, about smoking sections?
So you guys were like, in the 70s, I'm like, brother, I flew on it. It was in the back of the plane.
That's what I said.
That was the back of the plane, and there was no filtration system. That shit was just a wall of smoke over there. And if you sat on this side of it over here, you absolutely could smell everything.
Of course.
There was no part of it was like, whoa, it was like filtration. Like, no. It was just like, here, smoke. Here, not smoke. They just drew an arbitrary line. Same thing in restaurants.
So was there no such thing as smoking in first class then?
There was. Until they got rid of, they made it smoking section, not smoking section. The other thing was at bars and clubs, in restaurants, smoking indoors. Dude, I was of age going to places. I remember when they did the smoking ban, and I said, that's ridiculous. Everyone knows you have a drink, you have a smoke. Where else? I was to go outside and light up this Black and Mild and smoke it communally, might I add, with my 3 buddies. Oh, man, what a time that was.
I also got pushback. Not only was there smoking on planes.
Yeah.
In flight, yes, in flight. But as a child, I used to be able to visit the cockpit in flight.
Dog, as a damn near adult, you just like, hey, man. And
I remember before the flight, it would be open, and the flight attendant might walk a kid up to say hello.
In flight.
In flight, I never saw it.
It was a request. Boom. Can I see the cockpit?
You hit the button. They don't call them stewardesses anymore.
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant comes over. And my mother says, my son, he would like to visit the cockpit. Do you think that'd be possible? Sure.
They check to make sure the guy's not doing some, like, if it's like during the cruising altitude, whatever. Yeah, come right up, Billy. You go up there, you stand there.
You sit in the seat.
Sit in the seat. They give you the hat. They give you the little wings.
Yep.
Send you on
in flight.
Send you on your way back to your seat.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's there.
Yeah. And you let them know that your dad thinks that.
Struggled in game 6.
Yeah, you don't try hard until
Some
it's
old
the
man with
playoffs.
white hair asks you if you've seen a grown man naked.
Nah, man, like this. Yo, let me tell you something. Pre 9/11, travel was awesome.
I'm telling you.
Dude, Zaz is coming to visit me. Guess where I'm waiting for him to pick him up?
Right at the gate.
At the gate, bro. I'm
Right
like,
at
what's
the
up, boy?
gate.
Like, Like, you would walk people up to the gate to say goodbye.
Yup.
All right, take it easy. Have a good flight. And you walk back.
Yep.
So all those, like right now at airports, the exits, like there's like security guards, like, you know, those points where it's like no, so those just didn't exist. You could just
the
walk
point of no
through-
return?
Right.
No, well, you have to go through TSA. Like the screening.
But you didn't have to be flying to go through TSA.
Yeah, you didn't have to be flying. It was just,
okay.
Like
So
they
you would still have to go through TSA in those days.
Yeah, you just walk through. You do the metal
I mean, I don't think it was
detector.
TSA, but you had to walk through security.
You watch the airport security. You go through the metal detector, all that stuff. But like the idea is like anybody can do it. Like I don't need like the boarding
ID
pass,
and ticket.
The boarding pass.
You could see someone off to their flight at the gate.
The boarding pass did not come into play until literally I'm about to get on the plane.
Yeah,
And
right.
then it was a physical piece of paper that they would tear like a movie ticket, like a movie stub.
What a time.
Oh, it was insane. It was insane. There were like all these shitty airlines that don't exist anymore, like AirTran,
Eastern,
Piedmont.
Yep.
Like I was like, oh, I need to get from here to like Kalamazoo. Yeah, no problem. I'm just gonna take Northwestern or whatever. Like it was all these other airlines that just flew these small routes.
Flying, man. I flew last week. I went to Minneapolis, and I don't know if I was right or wrong for being annoyed about this. It's before takeoff, and the woman in front of me, she's on her phone, which is annoying. I'd rather you text.
Speaker?
She's on her phone, and she's on speaker, of course. And obviously, there's no self-awareness. It's terrible social etiquette on the speaker. There's no reason to not have the phone up against your ear. Nobody needs to hear the other side of your conversation. But the part that I wasn't sure if I should or should not be annoyed is because in this case, is there any difference from she's talking on speaker so I can hear the other end of the conversation, or literally anyone else around me who's talking to the person right next to them? I could hear both sides of that conversation also, you know? So, like, should I have been annoyed?
So, a couple of things. The reason why I'm going to suspect she's in front of you.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to talk about this. The reason why she's on speaker is probably because she's on FaceTime.
Maybe.
And this proliferation of people who say, I'm going to call you, and then they call you on FaceTime.
I don't get it.
Dan.
Well, I wasn't going to name names, but now we're here.
I don't get it.
Like, I don't
need anyone to see me.
Ever. One, I don't need anyone to see me. Number two, Dan calls you on FaceTime. He's not even looking at the phone.
He's usually laying in his bed shirtless.
Whatever it is, it's a terrible angle. Yeah. That's guaranteed.
I don't understand the desire for everything to come like we're George Jetson or some shit. I got to see you.
It's inconvenient when someone calls me FaceTime because I want to hold the phone down here, but you think I'm letting you get an angle of me holding the phone down here. So now I got to hold the phone up. I got to hold my arm up to talk on the phone.
Zaz, I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes I put my phone like this and I'll be walking around. You're looking at my ceiling. Because it's like, same thing with Zoom meetings. Like, not like, obviously, we're doing show. But if it's like, hey, let's get together, we want to talk about something, I'm like, I'm not turning my camera on.
Can we get
I don't put
cameras
the camera
on,
on.
please?
Nope.
You
Why
love
am I
that
camera on?
at the
You don't-
beginning of a meeting?
I do whatever I want over here.
Nope.
Right? So that's number one. But number two, because of that, you said, is there any difference between that and two people talking to each other? Yes, there is a difference. You know what the difference is? There's an option for me not to hear the other side.
That's what I'm saying.
She is opting into, no, I want everyone to listen. And my thing is, if that's the case, then I can jump in the conversation.
And by the way, why would she want me to hear her conversation?
No, that's when you jump in. She's
Just jump in.
I can't believe Michelle. They're like, I know she never does that. Like, what? Oh, I was just saying that Michelle never does that.
That would be funny because then they'd probably look at you like you're rude.
Yeah, like what? I thought we were having a community conversation here.
It's just weird. Like if somebody calls me on the phone and right before you pick up, somebody would say to you, would you or would you not, like, everyone here to hear your conversation. Why would you say yes? Well, if
Damn.
it's not yes, then put the phone against your ear, right?
The doctor said, what? Oh, man, you got to watch him because last time I went to him, he put me under.
I would go get a second opinion. You know who I like? Dr. McGillicuddy. Go talk to him.
Just start doing that.
Is that Dr. McGillicuddy on 75th? Yeah, that's him.
Just start doing that.
All right,
Just
so
start
I
chatting.
was annoyed, and I was right to be annoyed.
Yeah, man.
I don't get it, man.
I don't get it either, but like I know they're gonna be like, they're so old. No, man. No, because we got standards.
Well, who? I thought you said like the person on the phone was old, because the person on the phone was a little bit old. But that would make me believe even more reason you should have it against your ear, because you come from a time when there was no such thing as speakerphone.
Now let me tell you something. Having said that, my father is old, and my father is the king of not only speakerphone conversations, and this is a big issue in our house, but speakerphone conversations that end up in the middle where everyone is either sitting watching something or having our own conversation. And lest you believe the speakerphone is the loudest part, my dad thinks you got to talk like this when you're on the phone. And I'm like, oh, Dad, like, just go to your room or go outside, take a walk, man. What are you doing? I'm trying to watch this.
You see this Jaden Daniels story?
No.
This is very strange.
That's weird, right?
So Jaden Daniels has filed a cease and desist for his name, image, and likeness to Louisiana State University. So he is not going to allow LSU to profit off of his time at the school. And that includes the jersey number that he wore, which was number 5 when he was there. Won the Heisman Trophy. Played only 1 year.
Yeah, he was an Arizona State guy.
Yeah, played only 1 year at LSU. Won the Heisman Trophy. Had an amazing year and ended up being the number 2 overall pick in the draft. What are you confused about so far?
Can you stop them from using your jersey number?
No, of course not.
Stop the name.
No, but they can stop profiting off of it.
No, they can sell the number 5 jersey for $1 billion.
But certainly not with the name Daniels.
Not with the name Daniels.
And certainly can't use him on like posters or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess that's a formal request, and he's entitled to that. I think we found the one person on the planet that liked Brian Kelly.
But the part that is interesting about this, you're like, oh, Zaslow, all right, whatever. You know, it's a business now, all right? And he's not going to allow them to profit off it anymore when he's not there. Okay, fine. But the reason that he is doing this is because he is insulted. He is offended with Louisiana State University because they are allowing a DB, DJ Pickett, to switch his number this year to his preferred number 5.
Okay, get the hell out of here.
So Jaden Daniels, and here it is. This is a statement from the family. The Daniels family, this is real, by the way. This is a real statement. Mm-hmm. The Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jaden's number to another player. Jaden and his family had every reason to believe that his number would remain a meaningful part of his LSU legacy and would be honored and protected in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to the university. This is unbelievable.
But that's weird, right?
This is a brutal look for Jaden Daniels. And it also references how Joe Burrow, his number 9, has not been allowed to be worn by anyone since he left the school. So why is Jaden Daniels number 5 allowed to be worn by someone else? Well, I would add Joe Burrow's LSU Tigers went undefeated and won a national championship. Now, his number hasn't been retired because only, I think, 4 LSU football player jersey numbers have been retired, because it's pretty rare for teams to retire football player numbers.
Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm not a college football guy. I parachute in, I parachute out, depending on how good Georgia Tech is doing. I thought that when someone says, no one's supposed to wear my number, it's because my number hangs forever. Tim Hardaway Sr. gets to say Tim Hardaway Jr. can't wear 10 because 10's up there.
And then be overruled.
And be overruled by Mrs. Hardaway, which is always
presumably.
Yeah. Well, it's not presumably.
It presents a logistical challenge in that sport in particular because you have so much roster changeover.
Sure. Most schools / NFL teams even don't retire numbers.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
What programs do is like this number means something special at this university.
You got to be like a It's kind of like 88 for the Cowboys.
Correct. I like what Miami does. Last year, like for Malachi Tony's jersey, they had who's worn it previously. They have a patch on special jerseys.
But my thing is like you can't if it's not hanging up from there, then brother, you just gotta take that L and keep moving. Yeah. Didn't Justin Jefferson go to LSU?
But at the University of Miami,
Jamar Chase didn't go to LSU. You think you're the first nice player to ever go to LSU?
Right. The statement continued with Jaden made it clear he did not want his number given to another player and believed his wishes would be respected. His Heisman Trophy winning season and everything he accomplished on and off the field cemented his place in LSU history. To see his number given to another player is incredibly disappointing and feels like a failure to honor the significance of what Jaden accomplished at LSU, end quote. Can I just add here also real quick? Yeah. They're making it sound like Jaden Daniels did charity work for LSU.
Well, he probably did.
He got paid.
No, that's bullshit, okay?
No, I mean, he might have done some charity work.
But he didn't go to LSU, play football, and get community service hours, okay? This was a mutually beneficial relationship.
I guess my thing is this, right? And I hate to be the guy that sides with big college over a player, but this is like, what kind of expectation is that? That no one will wear my number ever again? Again, for a season that great Heisman winning season, but not like the greatest season in LSU history. Again, like, I just don't understand where the obligation comes from where it's like no one will ever wear this jersey again. Also, he left when Kelly was still the coach?
Yeah.
So guess what? Whenever
that's right. That's another reason why Joe Burrow's jersey. You could argue he's certainly more accomplished, even though Jaden Daniels went on.
He is more accomplished.
Yeah. You can make that argument easily. But Jaden Daniels wasn't a Lane Kiffin guy. Lane Kiffin also not a Joe Burrow guy, but he does have Ed Orgeron around the building still. And Ed may
here's
feel
also
some
the thing.
Sort of way.
Here's also the thing with Lane Kiffin. They're now taking over with this kid DJ Pickett this year, new coach. Brian Kelly honored Jaden Daniels' request, so the kid took number 3. New coach now, Lane Kiffin. What happens if that kid says, hey, and this kid Pickett says it was part of his recruiting process that he was told he can have number 5. So what if now with the new coach, the kid says to Lane Kiffin, look, I was promised something. If I don't get it, I'm going to look to transfer. Lane Kiffin should stand on some type of soapbox and say, nah, I'm willing to lose this player because Jaden Daniels asked no one to wear number 5.
Lane Kiffin doesn't honor his own word. The hell he's going to honor Brian Kelly's word.
Yeah. I made a promise long ago. No, sorry, hold on. Someone else made a promise long ago, and I made a promise to make a promise to that guy's promise that he would uphold your promise. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
It's a brutal look for Jaden Daniels.
All right. Well, it goes both ways. Jaden Daniels, if LSU is good again, will probably want to show up to games and get incredible treatment. That's a curious way to go about it.
He could go to ASU.
Remember how he left ASU? You remember what it was like for Jaden Daniels when he left?
Yeah, it was awful.
Well, because you were from Arizona, so I don't know if you recall. Like the players in that locker room ripped off his nameplate and emptied his locker.
Wow.
It was not a good look. It wasn't. Yeah, certainly wasn't.
The whole thing about parachuting into college football just flew over.
Well, I mean, it was a famous video. It went viral. Them ripping the Jaden Daniels nameplate off the locker.
Damn.
And that's why there's the whole Brandon Ayuk thing, because they were teammates at ASU.
Brandon Ayuk's not going to play for the Commanders, is he?
Doesn't he already? Feels like it. He's wearing hats and telling us.
Yeah, you ask him.
I mean, one of these days in training camp, he's going to show up at the facility, right? It's like, I'm here.
It's crossed my mind.
I go here.
And I would make it the favorite.
Better reference, Milton from Office Space or Kramer showing up to the job where he doesn't even work there?
I don't even actually work here.
Yeah.
Kramer, that's more apt in this case.
Opens up the briefcase, got Ritz crackers in it.
I use the Milton with the stapler reference more.
We're going to have to let you go, Kramer.
Put on the poll,
I don't even work here.
The old man's riding my butt. Jerry throws the dishes in the
Milton
sink.
wouldn't leave.
I've made this for you.
They couldn't find Ayuk.
Jaden Daniels. Like, I don't understand. No one a part of his team was like, okay, before we send out this statement, do we like how this looks?
I'm going to tell you, these statements, you said no one on his team said that. These are the exact kind of statements that a team makes. That's not a guy saying that. that's the team. Hey, man, they shouldn't let you. I can't believe we should put out a statement. What are you going to say? Dear, like that's how it works, man. It's a group of people who are all playing the hype man. I'm going to tell you one thing. 90% of player friction issues come from the people around them. It's never them. So I'll give you a great example of this. We're doing obviously this great reporting on the Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, all this stuff, right? The number of guys that I know who are like connected to players. Yeah, I didn't really like that. And I said, did you watch it? No. I said, so you're cliff notesing this. And I said, and oh yeah, the players don't like it. They're like, why is it like? Yeah, because no one's actually knowing what's happening. You're getting all of your information from a guy who also doesn't have the information, who's getting it from an Legion Hoops or whatever, like a fragment of a thing. And they're surmising everything from that. And I said, how much like friction, how much misunderstanding in players' lives happens because of the Cliff Notes crew around them? I don't think that's messed up what they said about you. What they say about me. Players don't know. They don't listen.
Tough part is when that main person on your team is your mom.
Yeah. We're rolling now, huh?
I've got a number of different questions, okay? Gilligan's Island, top 10 television theme song of all time?
I don't care about Gilligan's Island.
Put it on the poll. Way to go, yes, and. At Le Batard Show, top 10 television theme song of all time. Gilligan's Island, yes or no?
I'm going to say Outside Looking In.
Wow.
Outside, you want me to do it? I'll do it. I'll do it.
You've got all 10? You feel like you've got all 10 right off the top of your head?
Not in order, but I can name 10.
Wow.
10 better than Gilligan's Island. You
Yes.
think you'll get consensus from everyone here in the room if you go 10? All right, go ahead.
These are all sitcoms?
You have dropped a sword in the middle of this show. You are defying everyone, and I believe you. I believe that you will find some Alan Thicke and some Quincy Jones, and you will amaze us.
All right, so again, not in order. So these are not the top 10. These are just 10 better than Gilligan's Island.
Not number 10.
Not number 10. Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not number 9. Different Strokes.
So you went Quincy Jones and that's Alan Thicke, right? Yeah.
Not number 8. Facts of Life.
Also Alan Thicke.
Not number 7. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Did he do his own theme song for that? Is that
Yes.
And what's the little...
Produced by QD3, I believe. Quincy's son. Not number 4. Miami Vice.
You missed number 5. There was a number 5.
I think 6 was missing too.
There's no order.
There's no order.
6 and a 5.
Yeah, 6 could be coming up here.
All right,
Skipper
that's fine.
Chuck.
That's fine. 6. Skipper Chuck.
He skipped 2 numbers.
You're a
Skipped
skipper.
Not 6 and not 5.
You're a skipper.
What? Like Skipper from Gilligan's Island or the other Skipper that I don't remember?
You just skipped 2 spots.
You're a skipper.
You're a skipper.
You are a skipper.
Well, they're not in order, so I can always go back.
Skipping it.
Is it number 5 right now?
Number 5 or number 6 or number 3, it doesn't matter.
The People's Court.
No. No.
Judge Joe Brown?
Ba-dum-dum-dum.
Put it on the poll. Is the people?
Ba-dum-dum-dum.
Isn't that Judge Judy?
Just because,
Da-dum-dum.
just because you're snapping your fingers near your nipples.
Da-dum-dum-dum.
If I snap
He's working. That's working, though,
Walk-a-choo,
Dan.
walk-a-choo, walk-a-choo.
No, look.
Da-dum-dum.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Better theme song, People's Court or Gilligan's Island. But if I start singing Gilligan's Island by snapping my fingers near my nipples, I could jazz it up too.
A goal. There's no question about that.
Nope, no chance.
Will you? You don't think? I don't know. That's a big goal, man. That's a wide-ass goal.
Do you know what foot you on?
I'm ready. Will I kick with my left or right foot?
Are you wearing shin guards?
Instep. Yeah, you know why? Because we got a rumor that Emerson here, as soon as he lets up the first goal, he's going to come out and try to kick my lower leg. So we decided to put me in shin guards.
Emerson, have you ever tried to stop the shot of someone less impressive and generally weaker than what you're about to do right now?
Nah. I've never seen somebody this old in my life.
All right.
General.
He's winded.
Yeah, Greg's winded from talking.
He's really winded.
No trickery.
His hands are on his hips and he's genuinely winded. All right, let's watch this, Greg and Jeremy. You just tell us what's going on.
Blue, winding back.
It's not golf.
I told him
ready?
to do
told
it
me
this
to do
way.
this in a golf voice.
I told him to do it that way
I don't know why.
He's looking at the camera,
because he's not a play-by-play
bent to
guy.
a knee, looking like he's going to kick a field goal. And the kick right at the goalie, and it's blocked with two hands.
So far, hey, but it was on target. That's a shot on target, and it had some pace. He didn't catch
It was
it.
like
One shot
directly
on
at the
target.
goalie's face.
All right, he stayed central.
He's lined the three balls
Forced
back
to
up,
save.
putting his hand behind him like a relief pitcher, and
Ooh,
there's
he
a
had
save.
a dive.
He did have to dive.
0 for 2.
A
Okay.
dive to his left, right on your screen.
Greg's doing better than I thought.
There are
Yes,
two
he
soccer
is.
balls.
He's
He's
got some
lining
pace
another
behind
one
it.
up in the middle. And he backs up. Let's see if he puts his hand. Yep, just like a relief pitcher once again, Craig Kimbrell. He kicks straight at the
Stop
goalie.
kicking it right at him.
There's
That
nothing
one.
on these kicks.
Could have
There's
been
Caught
caught.
that
nothing
one.
on it.
He caught that one.
Take a
Goalie
chance.
jumping
Aim
up and
one
down.
way.
More safe than I thought.
Three balls lined up, and here's the kick.
Oh, there's nothing on
Not
it.
the put some oomph in
And
that
he's going to
one.
get tired now. No chance.
Now Greg Cody seems exhausted. We've got a second screen action here. Here it goes, and the kick, and
Oh,
he kicks it right at the
He
goalie.
kicks it. It's like he's playing
Oh,
catch.
We should
Or
talk to him
five.
here. We're halfway through.
All right, Greg,
How
hold
many have I
on.
taken? 5?
5.
0 for 5.
Now, are you trying to set him up for something here? Maybe go at him like 5 times in a row?
A readjustment of
found
the
me out.
shorts. Double thumbs up, a smile on the face. States across his chest, a kick straight ahead.
Hey, they're all on target. He hasn't taught it.
I think he's just trying to accumulate shots on goal.
He has not missed the net. The goalie has suggested he kicked to the right, and he kicked it straight once again.
Moved a little to the right.
Ever so slightly.
How many I got
To the
left?
right of
3 more.
3 more.
Good job, Rose.
Try to go upper
And
90
that's
on this
laughter.
one.
Try and hit like, see what the post is.
Goalie giving some
Try and go like closer to
suggestions.
that.
A deep breath, a back up from Greg. Here he goes.
Got close.
Best
That's
shot.
a good save.
Best shot right there.
Close.
Best
It
shot.
was a great diving save to the right.
At this
by
point,
Emerson.
we
The
all
Pink
have to be
Panthers,
rooting
they
for
say.
him, no? Come on.
Well, I'm
Two
gonna,
more shots on
I'm
goal.
gonna add an.
He is winded.
Hold on, Greg. Hold on.
Hands on knees. Here's a kick.
Oh.
First
Wide
wide.
That's on you, though,
right.
Dan.
Yeah,
you
Dan,
can't tell
you
him to hold on
distracted
to the
him.
back
Can't-
of his
You're talking in his
rusty
backswing.
All right, I'll give him another one. He's still on number 8 because I distracted him there. But the reason I was telling him to hold on is because I think, and Chris, you tell me.
Mike, are you starting to get excited about college football season? We're really close, man.
Yeah, I've been out to practice a couple of times, and the pads are popping, guys are flashing, the smell of grass, the sprinklers going on and whatnot, and a season of expectation. Yes, I'm pumped.
Man, the value that you get out of going to one practice, just being able to say for the rest of the season. I'm not saying Mike's doing this, but I've
at
done this
camp.
move. I've done this move with Dolph. I was out at camp. Just
Yeah.
that sentence, that
Love
little
doing that.
sentence. Oh,
Yeah. Well, I've been at camp regularly.
oh, wow. Goosebumps.
Are you willing to say anything like you did last year that Carson Beck looks better than Cam Ward ever did?
In fall camp, don't change everything that I said. That's
What?
Not, yeah, I said he had a better fall camp than Cam Ward.
Okay, whatever.
And I was right about that. And you wouldn't know because I was at practice.
How's Mensa's fall camp going? I think is what we're
Mensa's
asking.
fall camp is good. Yeah, he's looking good.
Let's bring aboard my friend Fred Siegel, who you guys know better as the creator of Freezing Cold Takes. And he has his second book out now. Coming out next week, coming out August 18th. Freezing Cold Takes. This one is College Football, an incomplete history of the game's most inaccurate statements and predictions. There he is. Hello, Fred.
Hello, guys.
Fred, we have known each other, since we were both elementary school age, I've told the guys, right?
Yeah, I'd say even before that. Probably like preschool.
Yeah, I've known Fred most of my life.
Do you remember when Zaz first started talking like this?
I don't know about that per se, but he's been a simple person from his whole entire life. I mean, he's loved the Heat. He wanted to be on the radio, and he loved Pearl Jam and wrestling. So those four things, it was just very simple with him.
Nothing has changed.
It's a really succinct
in 40
description.
years. Nothing has changed.
Yeah,
nothing. Well, I mean, the Heat the most. I mean, the Heat. He was always the Heat guy.
There you go.
And he loved Glenn Rice. Loved Glenn Rice.
Knows everything about me. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. It's always funny to me, Fred, and I told this to the guys earlier here, where someone will tag you on Twitter after I tweet something, and I just think to myself, I'm like, yeah, I guarantee he sees what I'm tweeting. We know each other. And people. Okay, so let's start with this. Where did, for people who don't know, where did the idea to do freezing cold takes come from? Because you went to law school. You were a lawyer. You had a job. And now, freezing cold takes, this is what you do. Where did the idea come from? How did it start?
Oh, well, I was just using Twitter just like everybody else. And what I would see is, let's say like Yahoo Sports Reporter one time would say, it would talk about a player going to be great. And then the player stunk. And I remember, that was wrong. And then the same said this team was going to win. And I was like, I'd think to myself after the team lost, that was wrong. And then like a couple of days later, the same reporter would be like, after one of his things were right, just like I predicted, and post that what he was right. And I would be like, what, bro, you were just wrong 2 times before. Like no one posted that. So then I just thought to myself, well, I'll be the one to post that. But I didn't think it was going to be something that was very big. I just thought that it was something that I could do for fun, to mess with people. I guess troll people. I mean, I don't know how big trolling was 10 years ago. It's always
been big.
It's always been big, but just it hasn't really evolved to the level it's evolved now. But
was there a cold take that catapulted you, the account?
I don't know if there was one that catapulted the account, but the original great one was that I used for the account was from the Twitter era was obviously Jason Whitlock. The big three is cooked after the 2011 finals. Blow it all up, he said, and then wrote a whole article on it. But the tweet was amazing. The big three is cooked. Blow it all up.
Did you ever hear from him about that? Was he angry?
No, he originally was very. He was cool about the feed. I think one time he got mad, but I think he picked it up pretty quickly. You got to be cool about it. But yeah, I think I did hear from him. But I used to use a lot of his stuff back then. When he was commenting strictly on sports back then.
Who's been the least cool person about being cold take?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, everyone's had their moments. The guys who used to run the Deadspin account, those guys, they did not like me at all.
Really?
I mean, I think,
You would think that they would be the most like the irreverent.
They like giving people shit. Why can't they take a little bit back?
Well, I mean, I think that they figure themselves as people who work hard to provide important commentary and they make a difference and all that kind of stuff. And then I come in and I just post old takes and the cheap posting of old takes. So that's an affront to what they do, affront to journalism, that's really how I figured how they got. But they used to really come up with some snarky stuff. That's off the top of my head. I mean, there are some guys who started off not liking it, but then when people made fun of them for it, they realized it wasn't really the prudent thing to do to just criticize it.
I want to ask you about vetting some of these freezing cold takes because Amin has popularized the phrase viral decontextualization. And how many people have reached out to you being like, no, I was being sarcastic there. That wasn't a serious tweet. You're just seeing a standalone tweet where in a thread I provided context that this is a sarcastic opinion.
I usually try to research those. A lot of the times I know the person, so I know if it's sarcastic or not. But and I know the inside joke too that they're trying to do. But I try to do that. I don't bat 1,000 with it. Sometimes I'll delete it if I know it was sarcastic, but I'll get that sometimes. But sometimes a person will say, yeah, I was being sarcastic, so I go back and look at the tweets from that time. And it clearly, whatever the topic was, they felt the same way when they were serious about it in various other tweets, so I kept it.
Now,
so
now you have rules, right? Like if someone gives an opinion and their opinion is wrong, that's not the same as necessarily as a freezing cold take, right?
Right, and that really could I can really clarify that with expound on that with movies. So someone will send me something where someone said, this Pulp Fiction movie is trash. I didn't like it, or an article about it, and that's his opinion. And there's always some guy who says that Pulp Fiction isn't good, like that guy. So I guess that doesn't count. So I mean, in that situation, you just have to say nobody's going to watch this movie, that type of thing. That would be the cold take.
Now, Fred's new book, it's the second Freezing Cold Takes book. This one is college football centric. What has been your favorite cold take when you started researching specifically for the college football?
Well, I mean, one of them, there's a few with Alabama when Nick Saban was hired right off out of the Dolphins. There was a lot of conjecture that he was going to be just like lead Alabama after a couple of years and not enjoy it type stuff. But my favorites are the ones that from before the internet. Those are my favorites to find because they're kind of like diamonds in the rough. And one of them was Jimmy Johnson coming to Miami. It was very criticized at that time because he
coming to the Hurricanes, not the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Hurricanes, correct. Because when he came to the Hurricanes, they thought that they wanted the press and the boosters wanted this Tom Olivedati, who was the defensive coordinator for Miami at the time. They wanted him to be promoted to head coach because it was a really weird situation because Howard Schnellenberger and the Canes just won the national championship. And in May of '84, but just before the '84 season was going to start, he left to go to some USFL team that didn't end up materializing. So it was really a weird position to have to hire a coach in May. But Sam Yankovic hired Jimmy Johnson from Oklahoma State, who no one knew who he was. And all the players and everyone wanted like the defensive coordinator everybody liked at the time to take over.
So that the Jimmy Johnson one's good, obviously. You got Alabama, Nick Saban, all that stuff's good. Now, it's not college football, Fred, but where does Greg Cody in the Miami Herald trading Dan Marino rank when it comes to all-time freezing cold takes?
Well, all-time, I don't know.
Locally,
in Miami,
all-time locally.
It's probably one of the top. I mean, I think it could be up there. It's definitely the most renowned cold take there's ever been in Miami.
And just, everybody knows, like, this has been a thing with me with Greg Cody forever, where I didn't like reading Greg Cody's columns anymore because he traded Marino, and it's the worst take of all time here in South Florida. But you can back me up where as kids, because we were of an age when we were all, I think, 12 years old when he wrote that column. We were of an age where this was a known thing among all of us, all of our friends, where it's Cody wrote this shit column about trading Marino, right?
Yeah, and he wrote about a column that you should start thinking about it. Now, as Amin said before about the detextualization of tweets, this was kind of like we ran with it. We said the column was trade Marino, keep Mitchell 100%. But even so, he did bring it up, and in the article, in the lead to the article, it said trade Dan Marino, keep Scott Mitchell. That's what it looks like in print. I think that was the lead to the article. And but he knew what he was doing at the time. But he got a lot of backlash. I mean, as much backlash as you could get from a newspaper article after he published it.
I will say that your existence as an internet watchdog has made me change my approach to how I craft my opinions. A lot more qualifiers these days. I make sure that if I have a take on a player, I'm like, if healthy, Oh,
if healthy, right.
Yeah,
right.
I gotta do that. If things break the right way.
If he gets the development that's necessary.
Yeah.
then it'll be good. But then if he ends up stinking, well, he didn't get the development that was necessary.
Yeah, that was a key part. I contextualized it.
Fred, what about Chris Cody recently?
We don't have to do that.
Yeah, no, we do have to do it. Where Chris Cody a few weeks ago, he.
Oh, that was a great one.
Yeah, what did you say again, Chris? It was about LeBron.
I
right?
was hearing that LeBron was going to sign with the Heat, and then when I wrote it, I put tomorrow.
Now, does that count as a freezing cold take that he was hearing?
I was hearing it's kind of a weak qualifier. I'm hearing that because you're kind of putting it off to what you heard.
I'm
of
hearing
some person that nobody knows,
and then I put the
hearing
exact time. Like it's like I'm hearing, and then I put tomorrow
Late
afternoon.
Yeah,
that was a rookie.
Yeah, I mean that's going to jump. That's going to because everybody's going to get excited about it. And I mean there are people who are less qualified than Chris Cody to write. Opinions about where someone's going to go or have their sources, and those guys are believed.
Thank you.
So of course you're going to be believed. Everybody believes everything on the internet. It doesn't matter who it is. Joe Smith 250 writes something that this player is going to do this, and everyone just posts about it and then analyzes it.
Fred, the book, this one, Freezing Cold Takes, is college football centric. It is out August 18th, wherever you get your books. Give us some Miami Hurricanes. If we're doing college football cold takes here, give us some good Miami Hurricanes that are in the book.
Oh, there's so much Miami Hurricane stuff in the book. It's ones that you want to relive, and I guess ones that you don't want to relive. But the great ones are from the past, from like the 80s, and especially when they were playing Nebraska in the national championship game in '83. I think the game was in '84, but it was the '83 season. It was the Orange Bowl, and Nebraska was like the world-beating team, and Miami won that. That kind of sprung their dynasty. And I mean, there was the bad ones, like in 1987, they lost to Penn State in a game they never should have lost. And in '92, they got waxed by Alabama. That one's there. But there's also, I remember the Florida game in 2003. Florida was up 38-10, maybe?
Yeah, 38-13, maybe. 31-13 at halftime, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Brock Berlin game.
Bob Greasy said on the broadcast, because there was no Twitter then. Of course, everybody would be flaming the Hurricanes on Twitter if there was a Twitter at the time. But he said that to replace him, put in Crudup, Derek Crudup. And he's also said that Brock Berlin should just resign and give the ball to Crudup, something like along the lines of like when Gosling let the guy from Clueless go on to play linebacker and Remember the Titans because he couldn't guard the guy, like something like that.
Fred, before we let you go here, we want to play a little bit of a game. Again, the book Freezing Cold Takes College Football comes out August 18th. Can we play a little game of cold take, cold fake with you?
Yeah.
All right. So for folks who are uninitiated, cold take, cold fake. Are we going to use me? Am I going to be the guy here, Fred?
Yeah, I put together a Zaslow package.
Okay, so we're going to go around the room, right? And you're gonna give us a cold take, and we'll say if this was a cold take by me or if you made it up, meaning it's a cold fake. Yeah.
Got it.
Let's do it.
Complex.
All right. October 7th, 2023. Mario Cristobal just ate a complete moron sandwich. Miami could fire him, and it'd be completely justified.
Okay, so I'm just going to add we must be talking about the Georgia Tech game, right? Okay, I mean, go ahead.
Correct.
Go ahead.
That's
Why are you laughing?
I can't. It's a cold take.
If that's fake, he knows exactly how Zaz talks because that's
he does know.
I know, but like I get it, so I'm gonna say that's real.
I'm gonna say cold fake.
I'm going to say cold fake because I'm not sure Zaz would go all the way with fire this guy.
That's good actually. What is it, Fred?
Cold fake.
And I think Mike's rationale is probably spot on, right?
Yep. Well, I used a lot of your tweets like about something else and just changed the language and put and crafted my own tweet using your language.
Do you remember? Like, is he going to have?
I did not remember what he just said there. No, but I thought it could have been. It totally could have been me. But I don't know that I would have went far enough to fire Mario Cristobal. So yeah, that was excellent. That's a good one, Fred. Good start. What else we got?
All right.
I like this music.
Love this Al Golden. September 7th, 2013.
I love this Al Golden.
Just love this Al Golden.
Yeah.
Love this.
I'll go first. That's a cold take.
I'm gonna go off of what Fred said, which is Zaz is a simple man. That's a simple statement. I'm gonna say cold take.
Cold take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
I
after they
remember
beat
that.
Florida.
Yeah, and then I remember that, and I think it was then him taking the team and singing the alma mater, and
they beat Florida at in Pro Player Stadium or Hard Rock.
Yeah,
and
that was a bad Gator team. We learned it was not a good team.
That Gators they lost 8 games in a row to end that season.
Yeah.
Mike, how do you think he said "love this Al Golden"? Do it in his Zaz voice.
Love this Al Golden.
That's what I heard too.
You got another one, Fred?
Yeah. Just in my car listening to the Dolphins. This is 2012. Jimmy Cephalo has improved so much. I think he has turned a corner with his play-by-play.
Cold fake if I've ever heard one. I know Zaz. I know one thing. He does not like that broadcast booth.
Yeah, that's a cold fake.
Yeah.
That was just for fun.
Yeah.
I think I know the play. It was an interception, but then he called a completion. That it was like a touchdown went the other way.
I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Zaslow's. Yeah, I mean, nobody knows. He never knows what's going on. He doesn't even say the score ever. Okay, one more. July of 2013. Yes, I really think LeBron will leave Miami when he retires.
Cold fake.
Cold take.
Cold take.
Yep, cold take. Cold take.
I remember tweeting that. Yep, I remember that.
It was actually a question. Someone asked a question: do you really think LeBron will leave Miami? And he said yes when he retires. I kind of rephrased it to make sure because it was a cold take if I had said it was a question.
Yeah.
You could have been right if he picked us this last go round.
That's true. I almost was right there, Fred. If he would have chose the Heat last week.
That's a question I have. Fred, have you ever had to rescind a freezing cold take? Because
all the
long con.
All the time.
Yeah, it happens I'd say in my career it's probably happened 20, 25 times. But sometimes everybody comes back to me. They remember all the things that I post and things like that. Sam Darnold was one from this year.
Yeah.
Fred, the angriest a media member has ever gotten at you.
Oh my God, I got this direct. It was in November. One of these fan site guys direct messaged me with this whole diatribe. I mean, it was a rant, and I kind of felt bad for him at the time. I mean, it's just like I don't even know what to say. It was just a huge long rant. It was how I'm the worst, and it's like everything that was wrong with society was blamed on me.
Oh man, I feel like you got to dig it up and read it to us now. You don't have to.
I don't know.
You don't have to divulge the name, but I need to hear. I need to hear how unhinged someone can be.
Okay.
He's gonna do it.
I can find it quickly.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll filibuster for you. Wow,
he's gonna
think
find
about
it?
this. Think about what do you
Got
think?
it.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, that was quick. All right, go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, I remember his name. Do you think it's not obvious what your strategy is? Cherry pick someone's down moment, broadcast it to some people for your gain, and if they express any issue with it, go to the "you should brush it off" retweet to send them to your army of trolls or call them soft or whatever else. If someone who does no legal work popped up in a while and to broadcast your embarrassing professional moments, had no risk of having to brush anything off, and then gaslighted you by telling you exactly what your reaction should be, you should tell them to fuck yourselves too. But since you're an opportunist and a coward, you pretend you don't understand these very basic concepts and think someone appointed to you, quote, director of telling people how to work, you should mock how to feel. Deep down, I'm sure you should know what being an asshole. You're being an asshole with what you're doing, and how you think if someone's standing to tell people what they should feel about it. And then a new post, but it's the only way you found to be relevant in this space. And you close your DMs personally, ignore ones here to something which wasn't true. Because someone has to tweet at you. So that's why I tweet at you. Yet you still RT with your takes account. So you could sick your dumb assessment on someone whose shit you just blasted. I give no fucks about whether you think I should brush it off or that you should do the most emotional reply you've gotten. I know this is your sharing strategy in case anyone fires back at you, but you have no power to determine that it's just a bullshit line to justify your garbage account. When it's your fans blowing up, that's one thing, but it's your professionals who have pride in doing high-level work at the rare time they write something embarrassing. You swoop in to broadcast it. It's different. That's the Deadspin theory. Everything I've said is true, but you want to play dumb and filibuster. You fucking suck, Fred.
Signed Greg Cody.
And that wasn't the only thing he said.
Yeah.
I
got to admit, points were made.
Fred, the new book is Freezing Cold Takes College Football, August 18, wherever you get your books. Fred sent me a copy. It's obviously great stuff. Good to see you, Fred. Thanks, pal.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Fred.
There you go.
Dog. Yo, here's the thing. No one types that out, right? They got to, like, there's edits and rewrites in there. Like, no, let me say this.
Add a comma there.
Dude, that dude must have spent, like, 20 minutes typing a DM to someone that you don't care about? Come on, man.
Zaz, do people from your childhood call you John or Zaz?
No one calls me. No one has ever called me anything short for Jonathan. Very, very few people call me Jonathan or have called me Jonathan. It's Zaslow or Zaz. Usually Zaslow.
No one's ever called you Johnny Boy?
No. Never anything short.
Johnny Z.
Nah.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, Jay-Z. Get a little bit of
You know
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
When I was a kid. A little bit of Jay-Z. Yeah. There you go.
Do you have any siblings?
A brother, yeah.
Do they call him Zaz?
No, they just called him by his name.
Why does it? Wait, hold on. How does that work?
I don't know, but my father was
a Zaz.
Was a Zaz.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Your dad was a Zaz.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at his work people called him Zaz. He was a Zaz.
What about your sons? Does anyone call them Zaz?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like if they're friends at school?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So does the Zaz nickname die with you?
Listen, good chance to be more boys.
No, it's gonna be more boys.
I don't know if you're aware.
But the naming Zaz, right?
If there's ever a girl, would they be Zaz?
I don't know.
Zazzy.
I hope we
Zazette.
find out one day.
Zaza.
We're over 100 years now. No girls.
Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yeah. All right.
Just a group of girls getting ready to go out. Hey, Zaz.
Let me introduce you to Sarah Zaslow.
Sarah? Zaz! I'm trying to get your attention.
She's like, hold on, I got to do my mascara.
I can't believe how accurate Fred's description of
Oh,
it
it was like, I said, what was he like as a child? He said, wrestling,
Pearl Jam,
loves
Jam,
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice wants to be on the radio. I'm like, God damn, man. Do you understand? Like, if someone tried to
Hasn't
describe
changed since he was 8.
Wearing the same clothes.
No, you're right. You know what? That's the biggest. That's what we all learned. Haven't changed since I was 8.
It's the same dude.
Does Fred have one of those famous bar mitzvah T-shirts of you dunking the ball?
Oh, I don't know.
He was at your bar mitzvah. Yeah?
Collector's
Right,
item.
right. I don't even still have my bar mitzvah shirt, so I don't think so.
Fred, it seems to me like a guy
Freezing
that keeps
cold
stuff.
takes.
Yeah.
That's
Pay a lot.
Zaz
Kind of his bit.
dunking.
Pay a lot for that shirt.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'd pay more for the rip-off shirt.
Yeah. Juju, there's an empire here.
Amazing, right?
At least 15 of my friends would buy this.
That's me. Like, what do you mean this is you?
Yep.
That's my shirt. That's me.
Yep. I was appalled.
Did someone at a...
Somebody bootlegged
Yeah.
it. His own shirt.
I was appalled. The girl looked at me like I had 3 heads.
That's incredible.
Yep. I was so mad. I was like 15 years old. I was angry.
It's like the baby from the Nirvana album cover. Like,
Yeah.
that's me. And
That's
we were
me.
like, yeah, shut up, man.
Right. That's exactly what it was like.
Oh, God.
Did you see this video that the Philadelphia Eagles posted yesterday of Jalen Hurts? So, NFL accounts, they're going to post these, highlight plays on social media, on Twitter. Great plays that are made in training camp, keeping their fans informed. And
Slow motion, too.
Yeah, and you would like to, if a DB makes a great play, he throws it, gets an interception. That's awesome.
Like
let's
one-handed,
show. Yeah,
maybe?
let's show the highlight, of the DB getting an interception. The only problem is that means Jalen Hurts threw the interception to the DB, and so the Philadelphia Eagles social media account puts this out like all triumphant, and they're just getting murdered for putting this out of Jalen Hurts, who has been to 2 Super Bowls, has won a Super Bowl, has been an MVP candidate, but is still a very polarizing figure. And this account is just getting murdered.
15 million views.
I don't understand. Like, how did and look, this is always a weird dichotomy, right? When it comes to training camp, I never understand. If I'm at training camp and I'm watching the Dolphins offense go up against the Dolphins defense, what am I rooting for? Do I want the offense to run down the field? Because that means our defense fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Or do I want the defense to give up 0 yards? Well, wow, our offense is terrible.
It's tough. You know, I go to camp all the time, and it's a tough dynamic. Is this guy really good in one-on-ones? Hell yeah. Oh, wait, does the other guy suck?
Should I be happy he did well? What does
That's
that
why
mean?
I go to many practices, in my opinion.
Sounds like you guys are coming over to my side and saying NFL practices are dumb. This is exactly the point I was making. Hey, Derek Hall, stop being awesome.
Yeah, there would be way too many fights, and it's tougher to book in college. But that's why in the NFL, they value these joint practices so much more than the actual
Joint
game.
practices are great for the NFL.
Yeah, so you can go hit someone.
You can hit someone, and also you get to create the situation.
And plus, you get the data point because the coaches also at times struggle. Like, are we really strong here,
Right.
or are we really bad?
I'm imagining tension between like the coaches and the social media team because 15 mil views. That's a nice.
Those are numbies.
That's a nice day's work for the social media team.
But you got to be smarter about it, though, because I don't know if this there's one thing to hype up the defender, but you can do that on a play where it's
Like I
you're
said,
highlighting.
it's like a one-handed catch.
You're
This is-
highlighting like, oh, that's a 1v1 battle, and this guy made a play on it. Like, that straight up is a bad throw.
This was just the highlight here, bad throw.
Or you start the highlight after he throws it, right, where the ball's already in
Yes.
flight.
They
and
do
then all of
that
a sudden
all
it's like,
Could have been a
the
backup.
time.
Right, it could
Who
be
threw
whoever.
that?
At Miami, they are extra covert about what they put out,
Smart.
and you see just a ball in the air, so you don't know who threw it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you a question. What if
Go ahead.
the social media person said, I got this great slow motion shot. It shows Jalen Hurts throwing the pick. And Jalen Hurts happens to walk by hearing that conversation. Like, yeah, post that shit. I don't care.
Yeah, that could be. I mean,
What
they're
an
also
odd scenario.
They're also guys. The problem here is
Toweling off.
at the heart of it, it's tapping on an insecurity. That's when it hits the hardest, right? Because if we saw this from Chiefs camp, maybe, well, because of the injury, maybe we'd be a little bit worried. But there are guys that just have the cachet, like, okay,
Jeremy Cachet.
Yeah, I know this player is good. I don't think it's an issue with this person. Yeah, if Josh Allen throws an interception in practice, I'm not all of a sudden like taking that as confirmation bias.
Versus whether it's someone who's like, if it was like
If it's Jalen Hurts in
Somebody who
particular,
struggled to throw the
yeah.
football, yeah.
like J.J. McCarthy, like he would have been like, yo, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there was the one year a few years ago here where the Dolphins' social media account thought they were tweeting out this awesome connection as Tyreek Hill caught a deep pass for a touchdown from Tua Tagovailoa, but everyone's like, yo, that was a duck. Tyreek had to slow down. This is a disaster for the Dolphins.
Well, that happened also with the Celtics with Jaylen Brown, remember?
Yeah.
Where, like, because he couldn't dribble with his left hand, and then it started with a Celtics social media posted video that turned into a meme.
Our show is the Eagles' social media, though.
Oh.
Like, we don't care who looks bad. If it does numbies, we'll put it out.
We're doing it on purpose, though, in our show's case.
Oh, you have phlegm? Put it out on social.
This will do numbers. Yeah.
I'm always like all of our clips I see of me are me throwing an interception, like Jalen Hurts, but we do it to me.
Russell Westbrook retired yesterday.
Oh man, that was kind of sad.
Russell Westbrook put out it's like a 3-minute long video where he's narrating, but he's not actually talking himself in the video.
Narrating.
That wasn't him narrating?
That's Michael B. Jordan, man.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Whatever.
Wow, what a big day for Black Internet over here.
How would I
Zaz read
know
the captions.
who's-
I saw him before the show. He was reading the captions on mute.
That
The
is
B
true,
doing-
actually. Thank you.
The B and Michael B. Jordan doing so much heavy lifting here.
But Jordan?
It's funny. I actually watched the episode yesterday of The Wire where Wallace got killed.
Yeah. Where's
Spoiler
Wallace?
alert. Spoiler alert.
D'Angelo was pissed. Where's Wallace?
Where's
Wallace?
Stringer, where's Wallace?
Where's Wallace? So Russell Westbrook retired yesterday, and like I
It's
saw
that black internet.
like I saw the tweet from Shams where
Bonafides.
Russell Westbrook, he had offers from Washington and Sacramento, but wanted to retire on his own terms. And I'm like, hold up a second. When the only offers you're getting are from Washington and Sacramento, that ain't retiring on your own terms.
That's the very
man.
definition of someone else's terms.
That is
Should have thrown a
not-
good team in there just to make it sound better.
Yeah.
The Spurs too offered me. a deal.
Olympiacos.
So Russell Westbrook played for 7 teams in a 18-year, sure to be first ballot Hall of Fame career. A league MVP. He made 1 finals appearance. It was against Miami in 2012, and he played his first 11 years in Oklahoma City. But this is an interesting legacy he leaves behind, right?
Yes. You talk polarizing. You guys were talking about Jalen Hurts. Like, Russ is polarizing, right? Because on the one hand, undeniable force of nature. On the other hand, has some glaring shortcomings that, might have put a crimp in basically how great he could have been as a player.
I guess I would say one difference there with the polarizing part is Jalen Hurts is polarizing within his own city. Russell Westbrook, I would imagine, is beloved in Oklahoma City.
Beloved, yes. I wonder how much of that beloved is because of Durant leaving. Because
it's a huge part of his legacy.
Right. There was a part,
but that's an important part though.
There was a stage at which it was like, oh man, this Russell Westbrook guy, man, he's out of control.
Right, because when they were together, Westbrook would catch a lot of the shit and Durant would skate.
Yes. But then Durant leaving and Westbrook basically doubling down and staying, that basically whatever dissension there was in OKC was done after that.
Right, you're our guy.
Our guy, and even when he left.
MVP after Durant left.
Helped that he was incredible.
He was. I mean, he was incredible before, too. But, like, him.
No, but doing it without KD.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's. I think he was incredible either way. Like, it wasn't like, oh, man, anyone can do that if I play with KD. Like, no, the guy was incredible. It's just he was a scapegoat, but then KD departure automatically made KD the scapegoat forever. And nothing Russell Westbrook would do could be wrong in the eyes of the faithful.
4 seasons he averaged a triple-double.
Yeah.
4 seasons.
3 straight
insane.
with Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
3 straight when, at the time, no one had done it since Oscar Robertson.
Yeah.
I think his legacy is going to improve with time because there are going to be people chasing records and they're going to be like, wait, Russell Westbrook did what? And also, like, He had this flashy personality, always angry on the court, scowling and being super athletic. The fashion, too. Like, I'm not going to make a direct comp, but there is, like, for a generation, Iverson-ish, Iverson-adjacent type of things that came with Russ's game that I think we're approaching a generation that are going to be asked, who was your favorite player growing up? And you're going to have a lot of Russell Westbrook.
All the Russell Westbrook strengths are the kind that over time grow even larger. So, for instance, ultra competitive. We look back at the ultra competitive guys with a lot of like deference, right? Number 2, the ultimate professional, right? Comes to work, works hard.
He played.
Not just plays, practice hard, holds guys accountable. Like, again, those are that's an old school guy. Number 3, and this one is pretty easy, just an incredible visual player. Meaning, when I watch him play, man, that looks fun. Man, that looks cool. Meaning, if I go back and watch YouTube, which is what a lot of kids are going to learn about Russell Westbrook is through YouTube highlights. He's going to look phenomenal through that. Number 4, the raw stats. Like Tony said, 3 straight years of triple doubles, 4 overall, at a time when that wasn't as commonplace as it is now. Led the league in scoring twice, led the league in assists 3 times. I mean, like, he's got
only player to do that. I saw some Venn diagram of players that have done that, and it's like greats on both sides and only him in the middle.
History's going to look at because of the raw numbers, because what was annoying about Russell Westbrook was the discourse that surrounded Russell Westbrook, because there were a lot of analytics hipsters that would always be like, well, actually.
Which is funny because he's actually the great test subject for this, which is we might overrate him. That doesn't mean he sucks. And the way discourse happens on the internet is either you're awesome or you suck. So it's like if he's maybe a little overrated here, like, for instance, the year that he averaged a triple-double, I think the first time, a lot of those rebound numbers were based off of, like, Steven Adams basically saying, I'm not going to go after this rebound. I'm just going to block out and let him swoop in and get it. And, like, again, that's not the first time it's ever happened in NBA history, but it's like how many people.
Rondo juiced up the assist numbers by passing up shots.
Everyone does it. Everyone has it. And it's just like, even with that ability available to everybody, how many have done it? Not many. And again, that's proof of his greatness. But at the end of the day, these are all things that are of the moment, ephemeral. The things that'll last, the trophy, the MVP trophy, the records, and like I said, just the reputation of being a guy who's the ultimate competitor.
He was beloved in Oklahoma City, and he'll have his jersey retired there.
Yeah, Sam Presti gave out like the most gushing statement about it.
Beloved player, deserves all of the love from that franchise. Played for 6 other teams outside of Oklahoma City. Did any of those teams' fan bases like when Russell Westbrook was playing for them?
I think initially in Houston. Wasn't he an all-star in Houston?
Houston, he was an all-star. He got there. And also, it was also Chris Paul had soured. And so
they were traded for each other, right?
Yes, but the Houston fan base was like, get this salty MFer out of here. And it's like Russell Westbrook actually wants to be here. Washington for sure.
Yeah?
Because he was like a jolt of energy, and he was the guy that kind of what was looked at as a team that was kind of loose and not really together. Like he came in and, like I said, the professionalism and the work ethic and stuff. And they were bad, and he was hurt. And then he came back, and they were actually one of the first play-in teams, I think. Like, that was, like, the biggest advertising. Like, see the play-in. This team thought their season was dead, and then Russell Westbrook went crazy, and they ended up making the play-in and making the playoffs.
I thought the Denver stop was a good story for his career, too, because he embraced a role.
It was, but to Zaz's question, will the Denver faithful remember him like, oh, we love Russell Westbrook?
No.
I think there are people.
He's not like a Brown. He's
No.
not like a.
No.
No, he's not
KCP,
like that. But he
somebody like
embraced
that.
the role, and that was good for his narrative.
It's good. It's good for the narrative, but the idea is like how many team fan bases, will look back fondly, and I don't know if Denver's one of them.
What you learn, huh?
I walk in, I put my stuff down at the table, I say good morning, a collective good morning to the three people who are sitting at the table, and Lewis just goes, "You have your hat today, right?" The fuck?
Nice hat, asshole.
Bald people.
Nice hat, asshole.
You have a hat, right?
Nice hat, asshole. Nice hat, asshole. Nice hat, asshole.
You have a hat, right? In order to disguise his baldness.
You're bald.
Zaslow wears the cap.
You're bald.
I'm not into fashion.
Bald people.
You're bald.
Nice hat, asshole.
What kind of way to greet me is that?
You're so bald that people are comfortable telling you upon greeting you that you need to do something with your appearance.
So you can't do the plugs and the dye. You got to pick one.
People aren't still doing toupees, are they?
Oh, yeah, they are.
Nice hat, asshole.
Fake hair toupee.
Nice hat, asshole.
He looks bad without a hat.
Nice hat, asshole.
Bald capital B.
Nice hat, asshole.
Your brain beat me.
Why is it okay for everyone to make fun of people who are bald?
Just because you're bald doesn't mean you can take it out on other people.
You're bald!
You say the toupee business is booming.
Google Jamie Foxx toupee.
Dom Capers.
Bald people. I'm sorry, Sass.
I was just looking at Bill Self and Carl Ravitch.
All of it has bored Mike Ryan, so I'm going to try to lure him back with a baseball conversation that I think
With a baseball conversation?
will get him. Yes, I know. I get it. I know that this is why you drifted off into the sea over there.
Fall camp opens in 2 weeks.
But Joshua Kuroda Graver for the Oakland Athletics,
What do you say?
if they are still indeed, ouch is what he said, because he's got a ruptured testicle. He's on the injured list with a ruptured testicle. Tony, what did you just do?
No, I'm out on that. I don't like that. You wanted to draw us back in, so why don't I show a video of a guy's ball exploding?
Well, but it's because it's the worst injury in sports.
Yeah, but it's also like the third time I've seen one of these.
Okay.
I'm also being told. I'm being told that this guy got up, got a base hit with the ruptured testicle.
He's not wearing a cup.
This is a foul ball. You can still, dude. I mean, point blank range.
Guys don't wear cups.
Yeah.
Catchers wear cups.
You can still get an injury with a cup on, though. At point blank range like that? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you said you've seen this
Microplastics.
3 times, Mike, and the thing that I feel like I have to correct you on, because I'm going to say that it was the 90s when I learned of some sort of Seattle Mariner catcher who got a foul tip and got an injury that I'd never heard of before, which is a fractured testicle, okay? So that's when I learned of the fractured testicle. I've never before heard of the ruptured testicle. This is a new phrase for me. He's on the injured list now. I was not aware that that was a thing. Are all of you aware that ruptured testicle is a thing, that you could go to the doctor and you're going to get the diagnosis, you've ruptured your testicle?
Honestly, it's the opposite. I didn't know you could fracture a testicle. because ruptured makes way more sense given the the consistency of said testicle.
I think I'm with you.
If I ever rupture my testicle, I'd prefer to be told that it's fractured.
All right, so let's put this on the poll. Worst injury, well, just put on the poll first. Is there a worse injury in sports than the ruptured testicle? And also put on the poll, worst injury, fractured testicle or ruptured testicle?
I've got the answer here for the differences between rupture and fracture of the testicle. The rupture is when the tunica albuginea,
I'm sure you said that right.
the tough fibrous outer covering of the testicle, tears. This causes internal testicular tissues semifurus tubulis to squeeze out of the scrotum.
At least you
Or
tried.
into the scrotum.
There's
excuse
always
me.
a squeezing.
And then the fracture occurs when the testicular parenchyma, the internal functional tissue breaks, but the tough outer covering remains completely intact. So
Thank
the
you.
inside breaks, and then the other one, the outside breaks, and then stuff goes into the
I
scrotum.
learned a lot there.
Yeah, I learned.
Tough words, but I'm not a science
No.
guy.
You put yourself out there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't. There's no shame in that. No one else was volunteering. Thank you, Tony.
I do not wish to shame him for the bravery of going into the breach to find the information and reading it poorly with a lot of words that seemed like they were very difficult. The problem is that he was reading, and it was so distracting to me, the number of words that were mispronounced and that I wouldn't have known if they were pronounced correctly, that I still don't know which is the worse injury. I was not able to absorb the information in a way that, and I don't think the audience was either. I don't think there's any way that the audience now knows when I ask the question again, which is worse? Roy, based on what you just heard, said by Tony, spoken poorly, based on what you just heard, do you have a better understanding of answering my question, which is worse, a fractured testicle or a ruptured testicle?
No.
Chris Cody, do you have a better understanding? Tony, I'm not shaming you. You made the effort, and I'm proud of you. It was a courageous act. It was bold. You're borderline heroic. You're making America great again. Chris, do you understand, and can you answer my question any better? Which is worse, ruptured testicle, fractured testicle?
Heard every word. Ruptured's worse.
Because of what he said, or because you decided beforehand that ruptured is worse?
Because there's a sac that protects the sac, right?
The medulla oblongata
and
part.
the fracture happens to that sac. So, like in many senses, the ruptured testicle is also a fractured testicle.
Well, but the fractured testicle isn't a ruptured testicle.
No. Correct. Yeah. That's right. But to rupture a testicle, you have to fracture it.
So, but what you're basically saying is, and I did not hear that in what he said it. First, you fracture the testicle, then you rupture it. So,
not in every case. Sometimes people survive, and it's just a fracture to that outer lining.
Right. When did we decide wearing a cup somehow isn't cool anymore?
I was talking with some friends of mine because I happened to be having breakfast in a place the other day where Shakira was.
Lucky dog.
It's a bar.
Breakfast friends?
Add it to the list.
I like that.
She is impossibly tiny.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
I mean, whatever.
She's impossibly tiny.
Okay. I'll put you down as not a Shakira guy. Tiny.
I'm not saying
impossibly tiny. Impossibly tiny.
How tall do you?
Hey man, we can all be perfect.
How tall do you think she is?
I think she's very short, but the hips don't lie.
3'9".
She is the single smallest person who isn't a little person that I've ever seen. Before this, it was Donna Shalala.
The first time I ever saw Donna Shalala, I couldn't believe it.
She's not Donna Shalala's height.
Donna
she
Shalala
cannot
is
be.
shorter.
She's shorter.
Than you think she is.
She can't be.
She's shorter.
No,
I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe you.
Nobody is shorter than Donna Shalala.
No one.
Come over
no
here.
one.
Come over here. I'm going to show you a picture.
Tiniest person
She is
ever.
listed. I looked it up. I had to look it up. She's listed as
She's not shorter than Donna
She's
Shalala.
like this tall, Donna Shalala.
Mike, I'm going to show you a picture right now, and you tell me if this person is or isn't just a porcelain doll.
Get in here, Mike.
Because this is not, and she is shorter than Donna Shalala.
Look at it.
And it looked like she was sitting in someone's lap when she was just sitting next to that person.
I can't tell. She's sitting down.
Well,
the arms are short, but that's not shorter than Donna Shalala.
She's got to be 4'7". I'm not kidding you.
No way. She stood next to Burner Boy.
When I saw her, I thought to myself, she is perpetually placed next to people who are very small, so no one will know how small she is. There is simply no way that the world at large knows how tiny Shakira is.
IMDb has her at 4'11" and 3/4, so about 5 feet.
No, I saw what I saw was her
4'11".
listed at 5.
3/4 too. How did IMDb get that?
Look, there's no one who's 5'11" and a half, and there's no one who's 4'11" and a half. Those are all lies. Like no one.
3/4.
There's no one. There's no one on earth who's 5'11", who says they're 5'11" and a half or 4'11" and a half. That's how you know that that's a lie.
I have routinely stood next to Donna Shalala. There is just simply no way. But thank you for the visual of her doing Dai at the World Cup.
The internet says Donna Shalala is 5 feet.
I can testify. Donna Shalala's hips also don't lie.
Wow. Let's cut that up.
Okay, are you guys ready? Because this is very exciting. This would have been the top 10 if he respected anything.
Is this our third time doing 18 and 17?
Yes. We've done it a number of different times.
This is the real one.
These used to be in the top 10, and now everything's moved back, and it might still not be 18. This might, keep in mind, this might be in the 30s by the time that we're done. Because
70 is absolutely the ceiling unless it goes to 75. That would be the absolute ceiling. But right now, it's a top 70 catchphrase countdown.
What are you shaking your head about, Zaz?
I feel like we've been inside the top 20 for months.
That's the beauty of this.
I thought we were going to be into the top 10 by now. I think we're further back than we were. I thought we were closer than 18 and 17 a while back. I thought we've already done 18 and 17 a couple of different times.
Yeah, once. And now, number 18. Put a Lobo's mint under your pillow and dream big.
Wow. A classic.
He's winded. He's amazing.
winded.
He does these very well. You will hear nothing in the way of criticism from me on how well you do these.
Thank you.
This list is extraordinary. When number 58 is Who Maketh the Salad.
Yeah, who made it a salad? Past tense. Number 17. What'd he say? Thank you.
Wait a minute. That's Jazz's.
I know.
What'd he say?
That belongs to Zaz.
No, Greg's right.
I've been saying that for years. What'd he say? But you got to say it like that.
But that's how Zaz says it.
Wait a minute. Say it.
No, Zaz doesn't say it that way.
That is how Zaz says it.
I've never heard
him say
Me
that.
Well, say it.
No, I'm not your monkey.
Oh,
everybody
it's not
knows.
your phrase.
No, I'll say it when I want to say it. Everybody knows. Everyone. That's what I say.
Say it then.
That is such bullshit.
Do you guys hear what Pat Riley said?
What do you say? That's my phrase.
Hey, stop stealing Greg's catchphrase.
No, that was entirely different.
You're effing with me now, right? You're effing with me.
I've heard Greg say that countless times.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. The other one that you stole of mine, which was what? That was.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, he didn't steal that from me.
Right. Like, that's bullshit enough, all right? But I honestly, I don't believe that you actually knew that I said that, even though everyone knows. That's what I'm talking about. That's one of my go-to phrases.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Fine, you complete ignorance on that. Whatever. Okay, it's still stupid. But this time, there's no way.
What do you say?
Stop saying that. There's no way that you don't know that that is mine. You're effing with me now.
I've never heard you say it. I'm asking you to say it right now. You refuse to.
I just said it.
Say it again.
What do you say?
Similar to mine.
You're right. The similarity is it's my phrase and you've stolen it.
Okay.
That's the similarity.
Okay, Christopher will tell you how many years I've been saying that.
Yeah, it must be a coincidence.
Brings me back to my childhood hearing him say that.
What did he say?
You see what's happened here? You had your list which originally started at 50, and then you've been able to add to it because you're stealing other people's phrases. You're like Carlos Mencia.
Oh my God.
That's what just happened. You're like a comedian who is stealing other people's stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's always bad.
We're going to talk to Ramona Shelburne, ESPN NBA reporter. She's all over the Lakers story. The Lakers sold yesterday for estimated valuation of $12.5 billion. That's with a B, billion dollars.
Thank you for clarifying. Some people are like, you mean $12.5 million, right?
Yeah, like, it's a steal, $12.5 million. I didn't want anyone to think that. You know, that's what happened, so that's why I clarify. Ramona will join us coming up. I got a lot of questions for her.
Lots of questions.
But, Amin, why do I hear you before the show started today and you're trying to tell everybody about cities that are overrated? Cities here in the United States, I guess, that are overrated?
Yeah. So I feel like everyone's got one of these where it's like there's a city that everyone you know loves this. Oh, my God, I love going there in the summertime. It's
Liberals
the
in San
best.
Francisco.
I got a nominee. Charleston.
No love for Charleston.
I've never been. It's just one of those cities I hear about.
I'm talking about places you hear about, but then when you go, somehow every single time it's awful.
Nashville.
What? Nashville's great.
There you go.
I haven't had a good time. There you go. But that plays right into it.
I went to Nashville. That was almost where I
Yeah,
live.
that's like my heaven.
Nashville?
Broadway.
That tracks.
Are you a country music guy?
I do sneak
Wow.
like country music. Well, there's also like if you
Sneaky,
bar
huh?
hop if you bar hop there's a lot of like it's rock too.
I was
been
bar
doing the
hopping, and I found that Kid Rock bar. I'm like, no more bar hopping. I'm saying right here. That place was awesome.
He's not wrong.
You didn't learn about that in the black internet, I'll tell you that.
No service out there. It's like,
I was processing so much
It's
that
taking
it
me to
stunned
Memphis.
even fake, complicated legacy Zagacki. He didn't know what to do with it at first.
Uncle
I'm still-
Cracker showed up. He
Yeah,
started performing.
I'm sure he did. What about the artist?
Mike, what's your Nashville?
I just didn't do it right. I know that. I've been there twice, and I did the Broadway thing, and I thought I would love Broadway because New Orleans and Bourbon Street is touristy too.
Love New Orleans.
But I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't connect with me. I saw a great concert out there, though. I actually had a great time in Memphis. You would.
rest in peace, on Dolph.
Chris, do you have a city like that? Like, I guess Charleston is a fun town.
The one that I've been to and that
Yeah.
I thought was overrated, I got to keep thinking. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Tony?
Every place that I've ever been to has been good. So
Here we
I
go.
can't. I've been to a
That's
lot of
good.
places. I've been to a lot of places. And I haven't sat there and been like, you know what? This place kind of sucks.
How'd you turn that into a negative?
Well, I mean, it's
here
just
we
like
go.
Every
Tony
place
likes-
I've been to is awesome. It's just so.
I've been to a lot of places.
I
Like,
used
even
to-
places like Milwaukee. Me and Amin went. We had a nice time.
We had a blast in Milwaukee.
I mean, you got a touch tunes and a bar. I'm good.
Miller
Normally.
Lite pouring. I'm there.
Let me tell you right now, Chicago, enough.
Really?
You don't like Summertime Shy?
Everyone loves
Summertime
Chicago.
Shy. I'm glad you brought that up. And I read, and I quote, the alert that blared on my phone, my laptop, my iPad, all at once. Critical. Imminent threat alert. National Weather Service, tornado warning in this area. Take shelter now in a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. I was in a high rise. A basement? I've never,
Dude, the weather in Chicago during the summer gets nutty.
Why is everyone talking about Summertime Shy then?
But because when it's not nutty, it's beautiful.
That's like, no, you know why? Because they can't talk about wintertime Shy.
That's right.
That's the reason. Right? Like summertime Miami, I get it. We get a lot of rain. There's some hurricane warnings.
Hot.
Flooding. So, but guess what Miami has? Wintertime. Wintertime.
Well, we don't have seasons, but
I'm
there's
just saying.
hot and less hot time.
It's the idea.
And the 2 weeks in January where it's 66.
Oh, everyone
It's the
gets
coldest 66 you'll ever
It's freezing.
feel.
It's a freezing 66.
Get your Uggs out. But like the idea that you at your best, Chicago. When's your best? Oh, summertime. Okay, I'm here in the summer. Weather's awful though. What's that about? What's that about? What I just can't get over. By the way, let's not even talk about how shit closes early. Let's not talk about for every place with good service, I get awful service. Awful. Awful. We came to a bar on a Tuesday night. You should be like, oh, wow. This is great. Big group, whatever. Hey, can y'all get us seated? Hold on. I need to give my server a break. What? Do y'all not like money? Do y'all not like money? They ended up seating us. We had an extra person that showed up. They're like, oh, you said 7, you got 8. I'm like, okay, so, sue me, right? And we're waiting, 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 and we're waiting. Guess what we were waiting for? Sounds crazy. A server to come take drink orders. You know what we ended up doing? You got it. You guys are fine. You don't need any money.
I hope you left.
Of course we left.
Okay, make it sure.
Just like, you guys are fine. You clearly don't need any money.
You guys print money in the back. Oh, must be.
No, and it wasn't like a crowded, busy bar. It was was pretty light. I mean, it's what I would expect Tuesday night.
As a bar patron, you are.
But I'm just like, come on, man. Like, I can't keep hearing about how awesome this place is, and every time I say, oh, let me give it another shot, it just presents itself. So far, in all of my Chicago dealings, on this side I have a mountain of negatives. On this side I have one positive, that McDonald's looks like an Apple store. That was pretty cool. That was, me and Juju went there during WNBA All-Star Weekend. I was like, this is awesome. It's massive. It looks like an Apple store.
I did Summertime Shy for like 12 straight years.
Anything special about it with the menu, or it's just a normal McDonald's? Just looks cool.
It just looks cool. It looks like an Apple store. And I'm not saying like, oh, it looks like an Apple store shrunken down. I'm talking about the size of an Apple store.
What do they call a quarter pounder with cheese?
Quarter pounder with cheese. They don't use the metric system. No.
Is that your go-to McDonald's?
No.
It's a weird order.
Don't like the quarter pounder.
No.
It's not a good tasting burger.
Don't trust someone who gets the QP.
Yeah, who gets it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's there, though.
Double cheeseburger.
Think about your friends throughout
What's
your
your
life
go-to, Zaz?
that get the QP.
Double cheeseburger.
They're not in good places.
No, you get the double cheeseburger or the two cheeseburger?
No, double cheeseburger.
I had a 2 cheeseburger phase.
2 cheeseburger. Let me tell you something. Bang for the buck. The best in all of fast food.
People talk about fast food burgers, and obviously, like, look, it's nothing to look at, but there's just something about that McDonald's cheeseburger.
Simplicity. There's a simplicity to it that I appreciate.
Wendy's my favorite, though. I like that square burger, man.
You would.
You get chili with it too, and a baked potato. Sicko.
No, I'm not. I mean, that was the go-to order in high school.
Yeah. Sometimes you get nutty with it, and you put the chili on the baked potato.
Oh God. No, in high school, that
sometimes?
that was the move in high school.
They don't do the chili anymore, right? At Wendy's.
They
They
can't
don't?
be doing the chili. They
I
can't.
think
Why? The chili's
No,
awesome.
they definitely, unless they recently took it away, they
They
No, why
have
would they?
to.
No, they would get so many complaints if
They
they.
have
I'm gonna look it up.
A lot of people talk about the dip in the fry and the frosty. You haven't lived till you dip it in the chili.
There is no way that the chili's gone.
Fries in the chili sounds awesome. Fries in the frosty sounds like you got a problem.
No, that's
It's a
delicious, too.
textural thing. Hot and the cold
It's really
together.
just you don't do. It's one of those things people talk about. You don't do more than 1 or 2.
You notice I'm talking to you guys, and I'm talking to the guy who doesn't let his Thanksgiving food touch.
Whatever. Well, like that offends me that you're not into the way that I eat.
How do you not put a little mashed potatoes with the corn, a little gravy, a little turkey?
No, I have all that stuff.
One bite.
Just not
One
together.
bite.
Everyone knows the rules.
When you go to
bite
Chicken
to-
Kitchen, do you rice on one side,
Yeah, like
chicken
what?
on the other?
That's completely different.
No, it's not. It's
That
the
is-
same exact
that is
concept.
made to eat together.
So you'll eat a bowl. You'll go to a bowl place.
Love it. Yeah, love it.
So, dude, Thanksgiving is basically bowl before bowls.
What about
happen.
the KFC bowl?
What's the KFC bowl?
You never had the KFC bowl?
The KFC famous bowl?
It was historically
What
like
is that?
the most calories of any fast food item. I
They
believe.
would do it. You know how Thanksgiving is kind of deconstructed? They would
Construct.
put everything together
It's a
for
bowl,
you.
mashed potatoes, corn, gravy, chicken,
A
all
little
in
bit
one
of
bowl.
cheese if you want, too.
Yeah. Most calories of all fast food.
You know what?
town.
I think they did an episode of that on South Park where Cartman eats it, but he eats it on the toilet. It was gross.
I like that. That was the
Better out
plot.
than in, I always say.
Wendy serves chili at 100% of its U.S.
Yeah,
locations.
why would they? If they stopped at chili, there would be a nationwide revolt.
Yep.
I hadn't seen the chili in a long time.
Me neither.
They
That's why I
used, to,
said
they
that.
used to be very chili forward.
They don't market the chili as much.
Yeah.
Everyone knows they got it, though.
The chili doesn't slap as hard since they changed their color scheme. It slaps hardest in that yellow.
Yeah, it's not in the yellow anymore?
No, they stopped being.
They're like
yellow.
red
and white.
all red now.
Red and white. Yeah, they got rid of the yellow.
No, I like the yellow.
They got rid of the old-fashioned hamburgers used to be on the sign, too.
And everything used to be in the tinfoil wrap. They don't do that anymore, I don't think, right?
Tinfoil wrap, no.
Dude, there
I
is.
used to like the old
I know.
tinfoil.
There is a whole discourse about how Wendy's has fallen off.
Ah, Wendy's
It's
was
like a big thing on the internet.
Really?
I got this one though. This one
Which one?
location.
Which one?
I'm not gonna give it
Yeah,
up.
don't
Does it have,
Tell
is
me
it-
which one it is.
I'm not gonna give
Did
it
they
up.
change the?
It's Alapata.
Did they change? Does it still look the old school architecture?
Yeah.
Ooh, that old school yellow.
It's old
Look at that
school
yellow.
architecture.
Look at that Wendy's logo.
It is fire.
The one
Every.
across Marlins Park still has the old school architecture.
I thought that
Yeah.
one closed.
That one
Did
did
it
close.
close?
That one did close. Yeah.
How
The
would
old
I
school
know?
architecture also
Marlins game
includes
you went
wooden
to.
panels over the windows
Go to
that say
Bull
keep
Bar
out.
as well recently?
Hey, that bar is going to reopen soon. There have been signs on Bull Bar that it's going to reopen
For
soon.
15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you know about that Bull Bar?
I don't know about that Bull Bar.
Don't read the review. We've done that show. We've done the read the Bull Bar review show.
Mike, what is this streamer on TikTok? I don't know TikTok very well. I don't do TikTok. I don't have TikTok. What is this streamer on TikTok who he's playing video games and he's trying to accomplish what?
He's not just playing any video game. He's playing MVP Baseball 2005, which is MVP Baseball is one of those games that you hear it, it takes you back to a time. This guy is...
Is it as good as RBI Baseball from Nintendo?
What, better? You're like, man, you miss a whole MVP Baseball thing, huh? It's the best baseball game ever made. No one can touch it. And this guy is making it his life's mission to complete a perfect game with Roy Oswalt in MVP Baseball 2005.
Why Roy Oswalt?
That's a great name.
Dude, I don't know why, but he's attempting it. Now he stops every time that the perfect game is broken up. He is presently on 1,300 attempts.
Okay, so the perfect game gets blown up in the 5th inning. He doesn't play out the game.
Yeah, we have some video. Of
that'd be pretty uninspiring.
Look, this is a real heartbreaker. He lost on an error in the 8th inning.
Because
it's always a tough play with your shortstop going.
Oh,
that's a base hit for me. That's not an error.
That's an error. I think that's a hit. They ruled that an error, huh?
Either way, he lost it in heartbreaking fashion.
Either way, you lose it.
Yeah, but Roy Oswalt is a curious pick, but you just hear that, and that's just guys being dudes.
Makes you say hell yeah.
Yeah, it does make. That is a thing that makes you say hell yeah.
We should have done that tomorrow.
I know. That's our Friday segment. Things that make dudes go hell yeah. But this made me go hell yeah.
Attempting very specifically to get a perfect game in MVP Baseball 05 is fun enough. That'll make me say hell yeah.
You said it's with Roy Oswalt, yeah?
But it's with Roy Oswalt.
That ground ball in the hole just brought me back. Like that play where the shortstop's moving and you got the little meter.
Dog, I started singing Von Bondi's as soon as I saw that.
What a time.
Come on.
People used to tell me that I looked like Roy Oswalt when I was younger.
That can't be.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see it.
Actually.
I see it. Wow, you had a Pearl Jam shirt on.
We're looking like a Seattle Sonics shirt. I like that.
Yeah, it's a Sonics Pearl Jam shirt.
They're from Seattle. I don't know if
I know. That's why I like the shirt, man. It says Seattle, Washington.
You went
right
to the
there.
Seattle show?
I did not. I ordered that from the 10 Club store.
We were doing our Battle Court draft last night, and one of the TVs had the Game 5 of the 2008 World Series, and I haven't been that locked in. I've been at baseball games, and I haven't been that dialed.
Rays, right?
Scott Kazmir.
Yeah, Scott Kazmir. Rough first inning.
Ryan Howard making plays at first base.
Oh, Ryan Howard.
Do you remember how that game ended? There was a rain delay.
It was raining the entire game.
They couldn't finish the game, so instead of everybody waiting around, they moved the final inning of the game to the next day before whatever the game would have been. But the game was if necessary. So if the Phillies win the final inning, they don't have to play the next game. So you have a whole stadium packed with people to maybe be there for just one inning or be there for one inning if the Phillies lose and then a whole nother game. But the Phillies won, and they won the World Series. Everybody showed up for just one inning. That's what happened.
That's wacky. I forgot about that. I had totally forgotten about that.
You know, I remember that actually because I watched it at a Le Batard Show watch party. That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Where was the watch party at?
Somewhere in Miami.
Somewhere in Miami.
Yeah. Okay. How about that?
Was I there? I don't even remember that.
I remember.
Chris?
Don't remember.
Yep.
Well, now you know.
Were you with the show in 08?
No.
I don't think so.
I didn't join until around LeBron time.
No, I think it was
most of our audience.
Yeah, it was Dan, Stugatz, you, Roy. I think that was it. That was the show. And I was there.
Simpler times.
Roy Oswalt was doing his thing back there. And so were the Von Bondis. The singer of Von Bondis got beat up by Jack White. Jack White went to jail.
It's a weird thing to know.
It's like the only thing I know about the Von Bondis.
I mean, you remembered the details of the Phillies-Rays
It's
World Series.
a pretty famous ending to a World Series.
I'm pretty sure Jack White and the dude from Von Bondis fought while Renee Zellweger was there. That's when Jack was dating Renee.
Wow. Was this before or after the weight loss?
For who?
Renee.
After.
If you're a Phillies fan, do you root for the loss there so you could be there for a whole game?
No.
Can you imagine how
it's a lot of money
we got
paid.
one inning where we can win the World Series? Like the pregame is epic.
How did the beer sales go for that? Like, do we keep pouring? Do you pour?
Then you have the
it's the ninth
entire
inning?
Yeah.
and then you have the entire night to party. the entire night.
Just feels a little anticlimactic. Like you can't. I feel like you don't gather up the adrenaline. You've been in your seat for 20 minutes, and now you just win a World Series. You know?
There was some poor asshole who got there late, right? It's like, all right, I'm gonna stop off. I'm gonna drop the kids off, and I'll meet you guys there. All right, cool. And he walks in, and it's like, why is everyone going nuts?
Why is there such a roar from the crowd? It's only the first inning, bro. Yeah.
You got stuck in traffic. You just see the fireworks like shit.
Yep. All right. There you go.
Did they keep pouring, though? That's my question.
Wow, and all right, and there you go.
Like when
we got a transition coming, folks.
Like the game ends, there should still be beer sales.
Yeah.
There are never beer sales after a game ends. It's too late.
There's never beer sales in the ninth inning.
Yeah. Well, it could be dates. I don't know. Yeah.
No, not in the ninth inning. They cut them off with the.
Oh yeah, so when there's a game in the afternoon, there's no beer sale cutoff, right?
There is. The seventh inning stretch is when they stop selling.
Oh
beer.
right,
people have to drive.
You still got to drive home.
All right, yeah, there you go.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't see it.
You're doing a bit. I mean, this is so clearly a chronic Greg
You're doing
Cody
the bit
fan.
I was going to do yesterday.
I just feel like these are all things that are just normal sayings.
What'd you learn, huh?
Yeah, like if you're beating someone, I'll be like, "Hey, what'd you learn? What'd you learn?"
Who won?
It's gonna take the Bernie Parmalee line. Yeah. That's what it's gonna take.
Or if I'd say I already put it out there, like if there's such
The Little League theory.
Sassafras won't get him.
No.
Sassafras will not get him.
No,
Someone could definitely say "nice hat, asshole."
Come on, like, look. Here's the thing about Greg. Greg's sayings are not like Greg's inventions. They're just sayings that Greg says a lot, right?
He's not claiming to invented the word.
Yeah, so like a lot of these are just things that have been said anyway. It's just that Greg also happens to say them. Now they said something that he clearly invented, like, now that's what I'm talking about. Like that's a clear Greg invention.
Can't wait for someone to be thrown through a plate glass window.
Yo,
what do we do? Break a window?
The after we're rolling now. Like no one says it like that.
We're rolling now, huh?
Well, yeah, after you beat someone up, you're like, huh, yeah.
It's amazing that Greg's catchphrases could be used in an intimidating fashion.
Of course.
As someone's kicking ass.
Well, is it worth us finding out if it's real or coincidence, or is it better?
Dude,
it's more fun this way.
You already ruined freezing cold takes for me. Don't ruin this too.
What'd you learn, huh?
Don't ruin AEW Dynamite for you.
Yeah.
He does
You're
seem to
locked in every week.
He is throwing the around as I listen to both clips. He does we're rolling now, and then
What'd you learn, huh?
See,
maybe he
I'm
does
telling
just
you,
work the
That's just his You guys are reading into things that don't actually exist.
Gotta eat a peck of dirt before you die.
That's what you learn is not part of wrestling vernacular.
Yeah, it is. You're teaching someone a lesson, and then you
What'd
ask.
you learn, huh?
Yeah.
By the way, he said, "What'd you learn, huh?" while he's choking him. It's tough to talk back and tell the guy what he learned while he's being choked.
It's more about the humiliation. You're choking him. Yeah, what'd you learn, huh? Like, I can't talk.
I think it's
They all learned from me.
It's plenty humiliating to get your ass kicked on television and have someone shout Greg Cody catchphrases at you.
Punt.
He said hee-haw 3, but Amin's going to be there, but he didn't do the bidet up.
If he doesn't do bidet up, then that's just
It doesn't count. And you can explain rationally. Hee-haw 3.
three, yeah.
It's
Hee-haw, three. That makes it three of
so
us.
odd, man.
What?
This is a real thing.
No, it's not. You guys are making it a thing. Look, I get it. We're making content here, folks. Oh, let's buy into the wrestlers are using Greg Cody's. No, I'm not going to go along with this.
They debut a new tag team. Who are these guys? We are the Lobos.
Three words.
God.
If they say three
Yeah,
words.
you'd be like, Lobos, perfectly acceptable
Well,
wrestling name.
they're
Just
Lobos everywhere.
coincidental.
And then they start howling? Like, oh my God, only Greg Cody knows that Lobos howl? Is that what we're saying here?
I'm gonna go take a QK.
Quick crap.
Brett. That would a burp ass wipe.
We've had this video that we haven't played for the last few days. We haven't gotten around to it. But I part of it is because, like, this kind of stuff creeps me out. So what is this story here? It's a news story, right? A news report where there is a venomous snake that has been found. It was hiding out in like a football player's helmet, right? And they put the helmet on, and like so now they're like Medusa. They got snakes on their head.
Hell no.
It's as terrifying a story. We have a news report here that we can play for the audience that kind of sets up what's going on here.
A 2-foot-long cottonmouth snake slithered its way into a high school football player's helmet in Arkansas. After about an hour of practicing, the student told coaches about some discomfort with his helmet, and they discovered the venomous snake. The reptile lodged itself underneath the helmet's padding so deep that the officers called to the scene could not get the snake out. Animal Services had to submerge the helmet in water. They grabbed the snake when it came up for air. The student was not hurt and now has a new helmet.
That's what I thought. I told y'all, man, football players are different. That's the kind of person.
15 minutes it took?
The kind of person who would take 15 minutes to figure out snakes in their helmet is the same kind of person who thinks, it's a cool game, you know?
Yeah. You think football players are different? I'm pretty sure a hockey player would play with it, like in the helmet.
So, no. I'm playing well. I got to keep it in there.
Yeah.
Dog, that's crazy.
Cottonmouth snakes, also known as water moccasins, are dangerously venomous pit vipers native to the southeastern United States. Their hemotoxic venom destroys blood cells and tissue, causing severe pain, swelling, and tissue damage. While medical treatment makes deaths rare, a bite is a major emergency that can lead to permanent injury. And he was just chilling with that cottonmouth on top of his head for 15 minutes.
We have water moccasins everywhere here in South Florida, especially by the canals and stuff. If you look by the canal, you'll see something slithering. It's a water moccasin.
And those are like
venomous.
Really?
Incredibly.
I didn't even know we had a lot of venomous ones down here. I don't
What's
like
those?
that. I don't like snakes.
So G.I. Joe, like remember Cobra was the bad guys? They had everything that Cobra had was snake related.
Yeah, that's how he killed Duke. He had it was like a serpent, and he stabbed him with it. And then they brought Duke back at the end of the movie because the parents were all angry when Optimus Prime died at the beginning of the Transformers movie.
You're talking about a G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah, sure, of course.
No, man. I'm talking about back in the day watching the cartoons and stuff, man. I'm back in the 80s with this.
Yeah, movies in the 80s. That's back in the day.
Nah, man.
Don't tell me nah, man. I'm telling you about what happened.
Well, you know about that Serpentor?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, tell me about Serpentor.
He was the guy.
What was the guy? How did they make him?
Serpentor.
They had the DNA of all the worst tyrants in history. I was going to say NFL history. I don't know why. But it's like Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan. They got all the DNA, put it together, and it came out, and he's supposed to be like the ultimate military leader. And Cobra Commander thought he's going to be my slave. But turns out Serpentor was like, yo, I've got all the tyrants in me. Why would I work for someone? So he outs Cobra Commander. But I digress. The point I was going to make was all their weapons and their vehicles and stuff were named after snakes. And their hydrofoil was called the water moccasin. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Because I was like, I thought moccasins were shoes at the time. I was like, oh, it's kind of like a shoe on the water, not knowing that, oh, yeah, it's a snake. But I say all this to say, did you guys know that they're making a new G.I. Joe movie? Do you know who is the...
Cartoon or live action?
Live action.
With The Rock?
You know who is the creative force behind it?
J.J. Abrams.
No.
Steven Spielberg.
No.
Ridley Scott.
No.
Christopher Nolan.
No.
Guillermo del Toro.
No.
Quentin Tarantino.
Well, no, not Tarantino.
Wes Anderson.
No.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
No. Any other guesses?
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, there you go. Oh, him. No, not him. Danny McBride. Danny McBride, better known as Kenny Powers.
Catherine Bigelow.
Okay, I've already answered the question. Danny McBride.
James Cameron.
Danny McBride, better known as Kenny Powers, better known
Quentin Tarantino.
As one of the gemstones or whatever.
Did you start reading his book?
No.
I started reading it with my
Quentin
ears.
Tarantino.
You started listening to it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Does he read it?
He reads one of the chapters. Now I'm in another chapter where John Goodman reads it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. But yeah, no, like I'm
Quentin
really,
Tarantino.
I'm really excited to see what Danny McBride makes out of G.I. Joe because apparently he's a huge G.I. Joe fan. And as a fellow huge G.I. Joe fan, I'm like, yeah. One of my problems, Daz, with all these movies, whether it's Transformers, whether it's the G.I. Joe reboot movies that came out, whether it's even Masters of the Universe, is I don't feel like they're faithful to the source material.
Do you think he'll be faithful to it or try to make it a little bit more comedic? Because it's not the first time he's taken on existing IP. He did so with Halloween.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it funny, but I think it's going to be a lot of like references and things to that. So those of us that remember that grew up on it will have a connection point.
All right, let's table the G.I. Joe conversation and bring Ramona Shelburne in here. Ramona Shelburne, NBA insider, senior writer for ESPN. She knows
We're still
what's
getting her
going
ready
on.
here, so you can say who
knows
she is.
what's going on with the Lakers. All right, we're going to bring Ramona in for a moment so you can continue. You know what? Quentin Tarantino.
So how did it end with the evildoer who had all of the other evildoers' DNA
inside of him?
So yeah.
Try to avoid saying that.
So Cobra Commander ends up going like with G.I. Joe to help them, but he's only helping them to overthrow the dude, and then he comes back and turns into an asshole.
What do you think of the casting of Cobra Commander in the first G.I. Joe movie? Not great.
Live action?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, they're all terrible.
Not great.
They're all terrible.
I like the G.I. Joe
The whole
movies.
thing about Cobra Commander is you can't see what he looks like. Because he got the cowl on. And he's got to say all his S's like this.
I like that about him.
I do too, man. I was a big G.I. Joe guy, man. I love G.I. Joe.
I love G.I. Joe.
Storm Shadow.
Snake Eyes. Lady Jane. Duke. Sergeant Slaughter.
We talked about Sergeant Slaughter the other day. Like,
Quentin Tarantino.
Was he G.I. Joe or was he wrestling first? What came first?
We'll have a think about it.
Will we?
Let's bring Ramona Shelburne on now. Ramona Shelburne, she's all over what's going on with the Lakers, and they've been sold again. That's right. Ramona, thanks for joining us. Rather unusual that in the span of 14 months, you have the marquee franchise in the NBA is sold twice in 14 months.
Mm-hmm.
Were you, as someone who's in the area and close to what's going on with the Los Angeles Lakers, how shocked were you? Were you as surprised as everyone else?
Oh, completely shocked. Like, this doesn't happen in professional sports. You don't have a team like this basically get flipped in less than a year. But that's what happened. I mean, it took me a minute to like, I'll put it this way. When I was, when you send a story and you're right and you have multiple sources, like you shouldn't, like you should never feel scared like hitting send. But I still kind of did because it was still such a huge, like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, this is real. I know I'm right, but this is, whoa. Like, and I think I'm still kind of like that a day later. Like, maybe you guys are too, because this flat out just doesn't happen like that. But we really are in this new world of professional sports where we're dealing with different kinds of owners now. We're dealing with billionaires, but we're also dealing with funds, like venture capitalists and funds, and the types of numbers that we're talking about are only justifiable if you're talking in those terms. If you're like a VC or owners used to be real estate guys, or in the 90s it was like guys who made money in tech, This is a whole nother class of owner, and I think we're going to see maybe more of this, or this type of profit taking, and obviously the investigation with Mark and the DOJ is in the background here, and I don't think that it was causative, but does it play a role in terms of why Josh Kushner and Bob Iger thought Mark might be amenable? I mean, they read headlines, and I think they thought it was worth a shot, or at least a call, and it certainly was.
Yeah, Ramona, like in your reporting, you talked about this thing came together within 72 hours, basically. And so I'm curious, from Bob Iger and Josh Kushner's standpoint, these were guys that were involved in trying to get an expansion team in Las Vegas. What led to the abrupt pivot to say, well, we're going to buy an existing team, and why the Lakers, or were there any other teams on their short list of would they try to buy those?
You know what? That's actually a good question. I should have asked that of me if there were any other teams. I really think it's because the numbers in Vegas got so high. I think, when you're talking about 6 billion or 6 to 8 billion, that's one class of team that you're talking about, right? Or that's one class of investment. But this was getting up north of that. The bidding, from what I've heard, is gone really, really high. And I think once you start getting above that with the idea that you're also going to be building an arena there. That's another $2 or $3 billion that you're going to have to raise money for to build there. And I think like they just kind of had a gut check moment and said, if we're going to spend this much, maybe we should at least make a call. And again, like I'm going to say it the way I did before, they read headlines too. Okay. And I think they're smart enough to know when somebody's dealing with an investigation like that. And I think you saw the Wall Street Journal reported that he had called investors and was sort of looking to raise money and et cetera, that they read headlines. These are smart guys. Everybody in this class understands what's going on at this exceptionally high level. And it was just worth a call. And that call, from what I understand, took place Sunday morning. I think Mark initially said no, the team's not for sale. But the seed had been planted. They called back a few hours later and made a better offer. And at that point, Mark had been thinking about it and kind of trying that on. And by the end of, he really had a day to decide what to do there. And it was because they had to get back to expansion if it was a no. And he took it. He took the offer. And I mean, it's just exceptionally fast how this comes together, but it's not all that surprising because they had their funding lined up for expansion. Like they've already raised money for their group. They've been doing this for a few years now, getting prepared for this kind of moment. So you're in position to do something like that and make a quick pivot.
Only have a couple more minutes here, Ramona, so we want to make sure we get in a couple more questions with you.
All right. I'm afraid this might be a very dumb question, so please bear with me. How do these sales work? I know to buy teams, they're often financed, unless you're Steve Ballmer. Not a lot of people have that kind of cash on hand. But how do the payouts work?
Yeah.
How do the payouts work? Do the owners that flip these franchises?
Usually it's not a dumb question at all. I mean, like literally, have you ever bought a house? Like,
you get a lump sum. You get lump sums there. So I'm wondering if
you get like a cashier's check from your bank, and like you walk down the street to the loan office, and you're like, whoa, this is a lot of money to have in a cashier's check, right? I mean, this is a different level than a cashier's check, right? But I think the way I would, there's usually investment banks involved, okay, that are handling the transaction. They're of course making a cut, okay, but the money from the fund. So Josh Kushner owns Thrive Capital, and this is also Thrive Eternal. This is a fund that's raised money over a long period of time. Thrive invests a lot in AI. Thrive Eternal is supposed to be for legacy brands, and that's, I think their first big investment was a minority share of the Giants. This is obviously a much bigger transaction, but I think it's the investment bank that would handle it, and then obviously Mark has a banker as well, and so the bankers will get together. There will be wires sent. People will take their fees. I think that's how it would go through. But first, we have to go through a little process now. There's going to be a vote. The NBA has to approve it. The other owners have to approve it. So I think there's a few more things that need to happen. It's probably going to take a few months.
Ramona, how do you think Adam Silver feels about a team being flipped like a house? Basically, they bought a house and then an offer came in a year later.
Yeah, I think Adam Silver works for the owners, and while the owners may be stunned, shocked, add whatever adjective you want to give here, a $12.5 billion valuation is rising tide lifts all boats, right? So let's just look at the exponential growth we've seen. Okay, remember the Suns went for like $4 billion, and then we all were blown away when the Celtics went for $6 billion. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then it was like, whoa, the Lakers went for 10, and now we're at 12.5. Like if you look at that curve, you know, the investment curve, it's shaped like that. And I think all the rest of the owners, they've got to be thrilled with that. They've got to be thrilled with the idea that the expansion teams are being discussed at the level they are. You know, if it ends up being $8 billion now because one of the big bidders has dropped out, okay, so that kind of affects everything, because if they were in a position, I don't know if it's a pole position or a good position there in Vegas, what's being discussed, that's going to be a financial windfall for everyone in the league, because the expansion fees are shared equally amongst the other 30 teams. Everyone gets 1/30, whatever that is. they've got to feel good. And also, Amin, if I'm another owner, I'm thinking to myself about what could I get for my team if people are willing to pay this much now.
Ramona, who's the Funko Pop above your shoulder on your shelf there?
Which one? Oh, it's $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase.
Hell yeah, it is. Ramona Shelburne, NBA insider, senior writer for ESPN. Great job, Ramona. Thanks for joining us.
You like my bobbleheads and Funko Pop things?
Love
I thought
it.
you were gonna like Kike Hernandez. I got you know.
Nah, $1 Million Man. We like that one.
Courage. Yes. The courage to do the right thing. Honestly, it should have been done years ago. We could have called this race long ago. I'm the man. Did what needed to be done.
Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Zaz, what was your reaction to seeing Dave Hyde say that he had been laid off by the Sun Sentinel?
I guess not surprised, but didn't like it. I think Dave Hyde's fantastic. He'd been really good to me over the years, and yeah, I guess it's disappointing, but not surprising, right?
Am I led to think that Greg Cody's secretly happy about Dave Hyde being laid off?
I reject the implication of my inner voice. And I was surprised, if we're being honest. Would not have been surprised had he just said, I'm retiring. Very surprised that the Sun Sentinel had the audacity to lay him off.
Yes. Before we get to Juju here, let's get to Thursday Thunder. Come on now, let's get to it. Hello, Juju. How you doing today? Good
That's
to see you.
That's right. It's Thursday Thunder, and it's presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Little ring rust out of that seat, but he's doing all right.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, Juju. Look at Juju bringing it with the, I don't know if he got written
You can't wear
consent.
that. You can't wear that, Juju. You take that off. You can't wear that. It's forbidden.
Hey, they'll be even madder at me once they see the back of it.
No! That's not your name, image, or likeness. You can't use that.
Hey, man, tell them to find me. But Thursday Thunder, man, for the last 2 weeks, we've been one away. Call us the one away kids. But tonight, we finna right that ship, baby. First leg from down under. My sister, Air Beck, a.k.a. Rebecca Allen, for over 6.5 points tonight against the Speezies. Next leg, my young one from Las Vegas, Nevada, Ray Burrell, for the LA Sparks for over 2.5 assists. She got a couple hee-hees in her tonight for sure against the Liberty. Last leg, I'm going with the Washington Mystics, a.k.a. the Young Ways. I'm going with my sister, Cody McMahon, for over 6.5 points tonight against the Aces. Lock it in.
Can't go wrong with a Cody.
Yeah, Chris, do you root for all Codys even if they're not spelled the right way?
Unlike my dad, I do. My dad doesn't root for Greg's with 2 G's. Where if it's anything similar to Cody, I'll root for you.
Because this one, Cody was Cotie, but you're into it.
I'm in with that.
Okay, all right, very good. Juju, you got a top 5 for us here this afternoon?
Yes, sir, man. But I got a quick question for you, Zaz, before we get to that. Has anybody ever called you Johnny Zaz?
No. My mother wouldn't allow anyone to call me something short for Jonathan. My name's Jonathan.
Oh.
So if she was around,
Okay.
she heard someone call me a something short for Jonathan. It's like, no, his name's Jonathan.
Okay, respect. So if mama say do it, hey, we respect big sis no matter what.
Yep.
Also, it's the biggest blessing, to have your friend come on from earlier and he say, man, bruh still like the same stuff he liked when he was a kid. That's a true blessing, big bro, for you to never really have to be anybody but
Never
yourself,
grow.
man. So
I
salute,
am.
man.
You say never grow, but I say I keep it real. This
Exactly.
is. I'm true to myself.
Wrestling, Miami Heat.
For sure.
Yep.
And speaking
That's
to
right.
you, speaking of you being true to yourself, you said earlier in the show that somebody on the speakerphone is just aggravating as hell. So it made me come up with a top 5 most aggravating strangers list.
Nice. I like it.
For sure. OLI, the stranger who sneezes around me. Get out of here. I don't know what the hell that is.
The very Juju specific.
I mean, that's not necessarily something he can control. He's not choosing to
Yeah.
sneeze.
It's around Juju.
Well, at least cover your mouth. If you don't cover your mouth, it's egregious.
Oh,
but,
I mean, if you're just
like you said.
sneezing into the atmosphere around other people, that's rough.
Yeah, get him out of here. Number 5, people with loud cars. We get it.
Loud engine guy, the worst. I got one in my neighborhood. It's just every day. Death, taxes, and me hearing that guy.
But it's so cool when you hear it, right, Chris? It's not cool.
It's the least cool.
So cool.
All the girls say his dick must be huge. I hear them say it.
Right, we get it. You too fast and too furious. Quiet down. Number 4, the person going 50 miles an hour in the fast lane.
Hate that mother.
Bro, come on, man. Come on, man. Wake up, brother.
Take a hint.
Wake up. Right. All them damn cars, too. They should be still going, listening to their book. Number 3, and I hate to do this, bro. I hate to be the bearer to have to do this. But little bro with the clipboard for his football team in the grocery store parking lot.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Or like they got the Kit Kats. They got just a box of Kit Kats. Like, we selling candy. I don't care about your football team.
Real quick, little bro. Tell me what's the name of the team, little bro. Like, come on. You got a mustache and you.
They be wearing a jersey sometimes, Juju.
My wife will give money, but like when you got the kids who are standing at the stoplight, and they'll be walking up and down. My wife will always put her window down, but she always just says, "Are you getting good grades? Are you getting good grades?"
My daughter's softball team is doing this currently. We're I've done it a couple times. Every few weekends, we have to go to Publix from 12 to 3. I'm telling you, you're pulling in, if you have multiple kids, it's $200 an hour.
What?
I'm telling
Exactly,
you.
bro.
We were out there for 3 hours with 3 or 4 kids. They got $600.
I've been using my kids wrong.
It's crazy.
And remember, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about here in Atlanta. See, here in Atlanta, we got brothers with mustaches and goatees and jeans talking about, can I donate to their basketball team?
We have some of those here in Miami too. The guy smoking a blunt bike. I'm like, wait a second.
I got good grades.
You got that loud in my car right now. You're talking about grades.
Exactly.
What?
Number 2, like Zaz said earlier, but with a little more on it, the brother playing his music on the speaker in public. Oh.
This is definitely a South Beach staple. That guy with the speaker, the speaker that's a carry-on luggage.
Yep.
Oh man.
Exactly. And like I say, to add on to Zaz's speakerphone, that's number 2 as well, because boy, don't nobody want to hear that, man. Look at sis. Don't nobody care, sis, because you on a business call with your little blazer. Get her out of here. And the number 1 most aggravating stranger in the world, the group of kids that's shooting content in the damn grocery store, bro. Come on, man. I just came to get me some Fruit Loops, little bro. I don't know what you asking me, man. Please,
I saw this.
Leave my girl alone.
I saw this outside the movie theater last week. I was like, never seen that before. and they're there shooting content.
I'm gonna tell you, number one place in the world for these people, Brickell. Right there in Brickell, right where that Moxie's is, and the
Mary Brickell Village.
Yep, right there. There, like I see them on my phone. I'm like, I know where that is. They're all there. They're all the same stupid ass age. I could tell because they got the same.
Such a stupid ass.
They all look stupid and they ask all them dumb ass questions. And sometimes I'm a grown man just going about my business. And they're like, hey. I'm like, no, I don't even want to pause to even let you think you might get a chance. Unless they're paying. Do they pay? Is that free? Do they pay? They don't pay.
Choo-choo, do we have any like flowers to give away for today's show? Was anyone extra good? Anyone extra special today?
Yes, sir, man. All of you guys are always special for sure, man. Great show with the skeleton crew. I can't tell when I'm listening. I feel like the whole cast is always there. So hats off to you guys.
Nice.
But I want to give some flowers to our brother and our colleague, Damian Woody, man, on 15 years of service, man, for ESPN.
Wow.
He put out yesterday that he's still processing it, but he wants to thank all of his colleagues who made it a joy to talk ball for 15 years. Being a guy who had a serious speech impediment to working on TV was truly one of his proudest accomplishments. Flowers to my brother, man.
Damian Woody, one of the great people, like in this industry, like truly good people. Not just great at his job, but like just a great individual too.
Nice. That's a good job out of you there, Juju.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
think we
sir.
have. Did we have any polls from today? I don't think we did. It's a bad job.
Exactly. For the first time in show history, brother, we have no polls, man. Salute to y'all. That's how good the show was.
Oh, okay. That's one way to
No
look at it.
questions.
All right. Everything was answered on show. No questions. Don't need any answers.
Well, there was this.
Like on the black internet or something. Yeah.
Ah, there we
All
are.
right. Yeah, what are you going to do? Good job, Juju.
Yes, sir.
What's for lunch?
Who won?